We are live, ladies and gentlemen. It is April 13th, 2020. This is the last live stream episode of Going in Raw before my 40th birthday. It's not the last episode ever. Relax, slap nuts. We're not going anywhere yet. Joining me this evening, though, my brother from another mother, the Groovinator from Raiders of the Lost Flicks.
Now I'm telling these sons of bitches that we respect the Japanese of this country who are honest businessmen. And yeah, this is the land of opportunity for legitimate business, not for death merchants who distribute drugs to our children through schools and on the streets. Now I'm telling these motherfuckers that if they continue killing our children to make their precious millions that they deposit in their secret Swiss bank accounts, counselor, before your last suit even gets off the court clerk's desk, I'll have them stinking bodies in garbage bags and ship them back to Japan for fertilizer. Got it?
Got it. Performance piece for the evening.
Samurai Cop.
we watched Friday night. I was a little bit hazy by the time we were on Samurai Cop.
You should be hazy when you watch Samurai Cop. There's no other way to watch. You should never watch that movie sober. I do, but I'm weird.
I had all my bases covered that night. Moving right along, though, joining us in the bottom right-hand corner square, ladies and gentlemen, the comic connoisseur, Lincoln 7.
Hello, and I just want to say, friend Alan to Pete's V Infuso. If you watch The Social Injustice Warrior, you'll get that joke.
Kind of beat-bopped out through part of it, man.
Fine. Larson's glitter feet stink.
God damn it.
There's your joke.
And joining us for the first time on the program, he is from Loitering in Wonderland Studios. Ladies and gentlemen, stand-up comedian Phoenix West. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. I have nothing to say. No ominous quotes from random movies. Just hi.
Well, God damn it.
That's all right.
I was looking something up, but I didn't have enough time. I was trying to get the Gremlins Christmas quote. How her dad died in the chimney and I couldn't get up in time. I was really struggling. I'm ready with Alex first, but I still didn't have enough time.
Well, that's all right. That's all right. Hey, first impressions are how we've already worked together, so it's no big deal. Don't worry about it. I don't think there's anybody in the chat yet anyway, so just fast forward a little bit, folks. It's all right. It's all good. You're good here. So we have the box office break. Oh, shit, never mind. There is no box office breakdown. Let's see how much the streaming services are making right now. All the money. They're making all the money. And for those
now Birds of Prey.
Yeah, okay. Can we talk about this for just a minute? Because so it's number one on iTunes right now, all right? But let's remember that it went down in the course of a week from $19.99 to being $5.99, and now it's number one. So it's basically in the bins at Walmart where you're walking by and
wait, Birds of Prey is $5.99
on iTunes. Yeah, it's like $4.99 or $5.99 right now.
Oh my god!
Yeah,
oh, for rental, for real?
Yes, that's why it's number one on iTunes because
that's
they're
the internet of wall.
Beep boop beep.
Yeah,
I think the Birds of Prey comic is worth more than the movie, honestly.
The old Birds of Prey TV show was worth more.
What's that, Phoenix?
I
haven't seen $5.99. Maybe I'll finally check it out.
You haven't seen it yet?
No, I didn't bother.
I watched. Now there's a shitload. Basically, the whole movie's been uploaded in segments. So I've watched pretty much the whole thing, and it's still just I'm like, oh my god! Like the fight scenes, they had the guy from John Wick come in and do a couple of the fight scenes, I believe it was, and they still look like trash because I don't buy Margot Robbie fighting anybody or anything.
Better or worse than Charlie's Angels?
Oh fuck, man, that's tough. That's like asking me would I rather be fucking shot or stabbed. I mean, it's like picking your poison. God, I would have to go with. I'd rather just be run over by a semi than pick them. I mean, really, they're both Charlie's Angels is garbage because Kristen Stewart is 10 pounds. That Ella Balinska girl's 5'9" and she's my micro. This is her right here. This is as big as her, this cord. I mean, she's a fucking toothpick, right? And I just don't buy it. And then Naomi Scott is the only one who's kind of athletic. She was the one that was in the Power Rangers too. She played the third girl who was kind of the one they had to save. I buy her in an action role because she does have some training and shit like that, and she has kind of a decent little athletic build to her. But the girls in the Birds of Prey, I mean, like, yeah, they're pretty. I mean, except for the little Asian girl.
I'd buy Lucinda Dickey and Ninja 3 The Domination before I buy Margot Robbie.
I'm like thinking Cynthia Rothrock, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Maybe what's her name? Mimi Lesios or whatever. You know, but no, I mean, even Rachel McClish from like Iron Eagle was at 3, you know, where she's choking dudes out with her legs there, you know, kind of like a Xenia Onatopp before Xenia Onatopp. But no, man, none of these women, but like, what's her name? Juicy Smollet's sister there, Journey or whatever her name is. Like, really, like, I don't buy it. I don't buy it. You're beautiful, but I don't buy it. You know?
I bet you're getting hit by a semi and your life flashes before your eyes, but all it is you watching Charlie's Angels and Birds of Prey. That's what you get. You're just fucked either way.
That's the last thing in my head I see is Kristen Stewart at the beginning, like with that fucking when she takes the wig off, she's got the Justin Bieber haircut. No,
you can make it do that. You can make it do anything.
Slowly before she throws the ring into the volcano.
And then the last thing I see would be fucking what's her name? The chick from Cats, Rebel Wilson, as a fucking CG cat, just take me now.
Before they remove the butthole.
Hashtag release the butthole cut.
Don't bring up Rebel Wilson. No, not Rebel Wilson. No, no. Keep the butthole cut.
I don't get her appeal. How is she famous?
Because she has an accent, and she's basically like the female Kevin James.
I was telling my girlfriend the other day.
I was gonna say Australian Melissa McCarthy.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were watching one of those like singing movies, whatever those are called.
Oh, Pitch Perfect or whatever.
Yeah. And I was like, if she didn't have that accent, she would be. You would never see her.
No.
So if you're a chunky lady, go ahead and you think you're funny. Go ahead and just throw an accent on there. Apparently, it works.
I'm telling you, it's like you need.
Maybe I'll start doing that. I'll just start using random accents.
Just slipped 2 different ones throughout the whole show.
I just talk like this for a little while. Do a review as Cleveland. I mean, hell,
indeed, comrade.
And then we go to Sylvester Road. I was in the fucking Rocky. I just buried the guy in tunnels under my house. What do you want? Making the robot is dead.
You do the Sly. I mean, you just go in and out of it, man. Fuck it.
It's her and James. Was it James Corden?
Yeah. James Corden. Just
They were suddenly very famous one day, and I'm like, where the fuck did these people come from?
Yeah.
Up from some different country, and we're super famous. And I'm like, I didn't sign off on this.
Those are the questions that keep me up at night, Phoenix, when the power's out. All right.
Yeah. What else am I going to say?
It's under the mistaken assumption that you have to be talented to be famous now.
Yeah.
Paris Hilton proved that is true.
Nope. All you need is a YouTube channel in about 3 weeks.
Did we skip box office because there is no box office right now?
Yeah.
Okay, that's kind of what I thought.
There you go, Admiral Tiberius.
We're going to talk about Netflix.
I put the Satan sex cult lighting on just for you, buddy. Here, let me turn this off. There, wait. There we go. Now it's just the red lighting behind me.
That's your Batwoman theme.
Fuck you. I'm trying to. I've been sending up the fucking bat signal, trying to get Ruby Rose to show up. God damn it.
Ruby Rose is locked in the closet off screen.
Yep. Pete, you start wearing a red wig when you do your Batwoman reviews. I'm just saying, your thumbs up will probably go a little higher.
Just fucking come out with a fucking Where'd you get that cowl at? Don't worry about it. Where'd you get the bat suit at? Don't worry about it, motherfucker. Is that Ruby Rose back there with your action figure? She's about the same size.
I'll send you over an Asian actress that can't act. That helps.
I'll take it.
Okay. She's in a box on her way. Several boxes.
It's got a wish sticker on the front
of it.
If
people flash.
Connoisseur got lost in Ohio.
They have a chance with Ruby Rose.
I need. I'll take her or Rachel Scarston. So before we get too deep into my fetishes here, which is like I said, no kink shaming, right? We're going to talk about horror movies. Why not, right? Why not talk about horror movies? I'm good with that. Seems to be, and not necessarily apocalypse, zombie apocalypse horror movies. We don't need all that, right? So we can do a screen share here. I'll pop this up. Let me turn my camera off, which I haven't turned. There we go. All right, let's go here. Speaking of, where's she at? There she is. Here, well, just for all intents and purposes, I'll put my girl up there. There we go. All right, so we're going to go over to bloodydisgusting.com and take a look at the top 10 horror movies, best horror movies of the 70s, okay? Now, we're going to break down the 70s and 80s tonight, go through this list right here, and I'm not going to read the article, but We'll just kind of pop into these here. 1971, A Bay of Blood. Have you guys seen this?
No.
Okay, this was
Mm-mm.
like when I saw the picture at first, it looked like almost like Friday the 13th. I mean, obviously it wasn't in the cabin setting, but I was like, oh. So no, I have never. Also known as Twitch of the Death Nerve, among many alternate. I always find that fascinating how these movies will have like 3 or 4 working titles they use.
Yeah, it is eerily similar to the Friday the 13th death.
Yeah, that was what's his name? Kevin Bacon's death scene. Was it Kevin Bacon? Yeah.
Kevin Bacon died outside.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he died in the cabin. He got double impaled in the bed in the cabin.
I forgot he was in that.
I thought he died outside.
No. Kevin Bacon took him and the one girl snuck off to the
The
cabin.
bed.
Well, keep that movie in mind because we'll come across that.
Yep.
I'm sure.
He didn't die. He just took a small job as a handyman out in Perfection, Arizona.
Yeah. He didn't show his dick in that movie, so I don't care about it. He wasn't a pedophile.
Number 2, Last House on the Left, 1972. This was I really like this one. I liked it. Yes, I did. I like the original better.
Yeah, it's like cringy.
The remake?
Which one's the?
No, this one. It's just like dirty. Like the early '70s horror was so gross.
It was very like grainy.
Yeah.
Yep. It really, It had that just touch of realism. So talk about a stunning debut by now household name Wes Craven, inspired by The Virgin Springs. The quiet director shocked even producer Sean S. Cunningham, Friday the 13th, with the level of realistic violence Craven captured on camera. Perhaps that's because he had it injected with much more sex and graphic violence than made the final cut, as Craven and Cunningham ultimately decided to soften it down a bit to make it just a tad more commercial. If you guessed by now, this seminal shocker launched the careers of Craven and Cunningham, who went on to be extremely important to the horror in the 80s. It's also a film that took a while to catch on with critics who widely hated it upon release, except for the unusually hard-to-please Roger Ebert.
I just remember a lot of the 2 girls being chained to the wall.
Yeah.
And it's back when you can just make a horror movie with almost no story, really. There's really not a whole lot going on in that movie.
No, it's just torture.
Yeah, that's all it is. Like I Spit in Your Grave has minimal plot, but it has way more plot than this movie.
Oh God, I was going to bring that up because there's such a parallel between those two.
And it's not on this list.
Oh
No.
yeah.
No, because I didn't know at first because I saw the remake of I Spit on Your Grave before I ever knew there was an older version of it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I did not.
There's 4 new ones. They just released number 4.
I was not aware of that.
4 now, right? The remakes.
Oof.
Yeah.
4 remakes essentially, but they're all 1,
Yeah.
2, 3, 4. It just came out. It's fucking terrible. They're all the exact same movie.
Oh no, thank you.
Yeah. It's one of those things like what is like Bring It On. We're like, it.
Step up.
You step up to the streets. Stomp the yard, motherfucker. All right, so we got Exorcist, 1973. This one is I love this movie. That's based on William Peter Blatty's 1971 novel. The author had a surprising amount of input for the film adaptation. Notable directors like Stanley Kubrick rejected the Warner Brothers offers to helm the adaptation. It was Blatty who insisted on William Friedkin for his gritty documentary-style work. It's that precise style and Friedkin's manipulative handling of the actors that made The Exorcist so scary. The shocking imagery terrified audiences, some to the point of passing out, and was the first film to scare up 230,000 at the box office. It's also one of the few horror films that are widely embraced by even non-horror fans, also impressing the Academy enough to nominate the film for 10 Academy Awards. Initially released in theaters on December 26, 1973, this is one holiday gift audiences didn't see coming.
I didn't realize it was a Christmas movie, essentially.
Yeah, that's a great Christmas movie right there. That's right up there with Christmas Story and Red Dawn. I mean,
I have a couple thoughts on this movie, if you don't mind.
Well, but Black
go ahead.
First is I saw it when they re-released it, like a special screening 4 or 5 years ago, and people were laughing at it. Like everyone was laughing the entire way through. I'm like, I didn't realize this was a comedy. People did not take it seriously.
They must have taken that quote from Beetlejuice a little too literally. I've seen The Exorcist 137 times, and it keeps getting funnier every time I see it.
It was weird the whole way through, especially that scene where, because it was the extended cut, so it was she was like doing that crawl down the stairs.
Yeah.
In the original version. And then literally 2 days ago, I didn't realize we were going to be talking about this movie. I watched Exorcist 2 and 3 right in a row. And because I haven't seen them since I was a kid. And 2 is fucking terrible.
Yeah.
It is awful. There's nothing good in that movie. And then 3, I love that movie. I didn't realize how much I loved it.
3 has a lot going for it. I actually prefer that one.
Wait, 3 is the one with George C. Scott, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I own 3. I bought that one like years ago. I bought it on DVD for like a couple dollars, and it was just one of those ones I was like, because I saw it once and I liked it, and I passed it in the store. I'm like, fuck, I was going to buy this one. Yeah. 2, I really remember nothing about. But 3 had a really cool story.
Yeah.
2 was like Inception.
Mm-hmm.
And 3 is like 7.
Yep.
But I love 3. I like it better than the first one, honestly.
Yeah, same.
3 has more action though. It's more outside the box. It's not just all based like in the same area kind of thing.
There's no core. He just tells you what happened, and you actually see it better than you do in the first movie. It's weird, even though you're not seeing it.
Mm-hmm. No, I wouldn't. No, part 3 was that's a rarity too, because like a lot, everybody like holds the first one kind of in such a high regard that 3 gets brushed under the rug. But no, that's truly probably the best one of the entire trilogy.
And it's weird because William Peter Blatty actually directed it, so he wrote it and directed it. And I don't know if he's directed other than that, but he did a really good job.
Damn, that is cool too. Huh? I didn't know he directed it. Hell yeah! So that's like I'm interested in looking at the box office on that now.
Okay, this one's my jam right here.
Oh,
I fucking love this movie.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre, 1974.
Yep.
Yes.
Came out the year I was born.
This movie is just it still holds up. It still holds up, man.
It's funny I mentioned Rob Zombie in the article because I was just gonna say no Texas Chainsaw Massacre, no Rob Zombie movies, but it actually mentions him in here. Reading through it.
Let's see. It says one of the best, most influential horror films in history.
I'm kidding.
Horror film continued the decades trending guerrilla filmmaking. Considered extremely controversial and shocking upon release, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre also birthed the first horror icon in Leatherface, long before the arrival of Freddy Krueger, Michael Myers, or Jason Voorhees. While the newer wave of horror directors like Alexandra Aja and Rob Zombie have cited this film as a major influence, it's also directly responsible for influencing important films of its own decade, notably Ridley Scott's Alien. Fuck Rob Zombie.
I'm angry that they mentioned Rob Zombie in the same sentence as this movie, because Rob Zombie is a fucking hack, and I'll fight anybody that wants to fight about it. I don't give a shit about that guy. Fuck him.
His Halloween is so fucking atrocious. The second
they gradually keep getting worse and worse too.
Yeah.
The guy has no clue as to how horror works. He just doesn't get it.
Speaking of Halloween, what did I release, Adam? The Halloween 2018 Cleveland.
And I apologize that I haven't seen it yet. I will watch it tonight. I swear to God.
Dude, it's a half hour long. If you don't watch it, I understand.
That's why I didn't watch it, because I didn't have a half an hour to sit and watch it.
Honestly, you really, just for a moment, how much time I watched that movie 3 times to write that review. All right, so it's just a shade over 2 hours long. So there's 220, something like that. So I have basically like 9 hours wrapped up in just watching the movie.
I've only ever seen it once, man, but it's not the worst movie I've ever seen. I'd rather watch that than watch any of Rob Zombie's movies again. And I've watched a lot of Rob Zombie movies, and I've always tried to give the guy a chance, like the best ones that people recommend. And I'll get like halfway through it, I'm like, yep, it's another fucking Rob Zombie movie, and I hate this one for all the reasons I hate all the other ones. The guy is a fucking hack. He's about as predictable as M. Night Shyamalan.
It's like he really wants you to fuck his wife or want to fuck his wife. What is the deal with that?
I don't know, dude.
It's like
he makes horror movies for horror fans, which I guess is fine in a little niche in its own, but he doesn't understand how horror works. You know what I mean? He doesn't know how to scare people.
I don't think you understand how this works, Rob.
No.
Robert Zombie.
Look, Rob. I'm Robert Zombie. You listen here.
Damn it, Bobby.
Robert Zombie, you go to your room right now.
Oh, Mom, I don't want to because everybody's fucking in a UFO.
No, I've seen him twice in concert. I'm not gonna lie. Now his stage show, it's badass. But yeah, his movie making skills, no,
that's his first profession. That's why. That's what he should be doing.
Now, see, I didn't like the Halloween ones, but I can say that I did like, and I enjoyed House of a Thousand Corpses and The Devil's Rejects.
There's another movie that the
I
Devil's
really like
Rejects
those
copies that was done better though, and it's called Natural Born Killers.
Oh yeah,
The same fucking thing, man.
I like those two though. I really do. I want to see 3 from Hell. I did a trailer reaction.
Yeah, I saw it. It's the same shit.
I don't mind his first Halloween. I thought the second Halloween was terrible.
I didn't like the Halloween ones, but I did like. I really liked House of a Thousand Corpses when I saw it because that was like a big deal when that came out. Because that came out like it was like 2001 or 2, and then you had Devil's Rejects, and I was like, yo, this is all right, man. Like I really. Like, it was that Grindhouse style. I did like that about it, you know.
It came back at a time where horror was like PG-13, and horror wasn't really good back then. That was when we had like the Darkness Falls and stuff like that.
Oh God.
What about House of Wax? That was Paris Hilton and Chad Michael Murray.
Is Christian
Vincent Price is spinning in his grave.
Devil's Rejects is good. I hate House of a Thousand Corpses. It was like a ride at a carnival.
Yep.
Literally at the end. They walk through the house and you go along with them.
Yeah, it's like everything he does, it's like an extension of his like live concerts. You know, it's like it might make a good music video, but as a movie,
yeah.
You know.
I hear Lords of Salem is good. I haven't seen it because I kind of gave up on the guy.
Yeah, I did
too. Are any of you guys seen that?
I haven't watched it yet.
I just can't make myself sit through it after. No.
Here, I want to say hi to the chat real quick. I see Salvador's up in there. Franchise History TV. Who else? Let's see. ML7. That's a new subscriber. Said Venom 2 trailer dropping tomorrow. Yep. I didn't get a chance. I didn't get a chance to do that. That was going to be my video today. But yeah, that Venom 2 trailer is coming out tomorrow. I'm kind of stoked about that. Let's see. So there's Lords of Salem so Sal's seen Lords of Salem. Yeah, I haven't got to watch that yet. That's on my list though to check out definitely. Because like I said, I've pretty much seen every movie Rob has made.
I'd rather watch paint dry.
He's got 31, and he's got 3 from Hell.
Yep. I want to see. I haven't watched 31 yet either. So okay, there's a couple of them I haven't seen. Jaws, 1975, next on the list. This I love this movie. I really do. Like I can't even this. Yeah, this. I don't know. Is it really horror? I mean,
It's got some thriller elements to it because it does a lot with very little, which is what I like about it. It's
mainstream horror.
Yeah. It's easily one of my top 5.
It's a great movie. Don't get me wrong. I mean, this movie was for its time. I mean,
this is one of those things though where it's like it's kind of like Ghostbusters, where it's lightning in a bottle. It's like the perfect blend of elements because it's like you got the cast, you got the really good setup. Like everybody in this town, like you can tell how they interact. It's got really good world building in it, and it's just like the perfect blend of all these things all together. It's like part of it's like kind of like a seafaring adventure, you know. I mean, it really. I don't ever get tired of watching this movie. I've seen it like I lost track of how many times I've seen it. I never get tired of it ever.
Yeah, this is one. My kid loves this. I have the DVD. He watches this shit all the time. He loves sharks though, so.
I can't stand Jaws, by the way.
No?
I can't get past the premise, in which case I'm like, stay the fuck out of the water. It's the shark's ocean, not yours.
Exactly.
I don't feel bad for you. If you know what's going on and you still get killed by the shark, kind of on you at that point. It's like going on a dark alley at night. You don't have to. Don't go there.
Yeah, that's no. You're not wrong. You're not wrong, man. Not at all.
I still appreciate it. I know it's a good movie, and I'm wrong in this scenario. I know that, but I also can't stand it. So,
well, you have the same outlook at this. Like I'll preface. I like the movie The Godfather, but I can't watch it. Like it kind of bores me. Like it's a great movie. Don't get me wrong. I understand. It is. You know, it's a masterpiece. I can't.
Better watch it, Pete. Somebody might send you a Sicilian message.
I'm fucking telling you, I'm gonna get heat for that. But no, I mean it is. It's a great movie. I can't watch it. I can't. I've seen it. I've seen it like maybe 2 or 3 times. You know, but no, I'll watch Scarface. 50 million fucking times. But Shivers, 1975. I have not seen this.
Either have I.
Nope. Same.
Oh, it's a Cronin.
Cronenberg movies.
Yeah, I think the Fly is about the only Cronenberg movie I'm actually can name, honestly. The film that became David Cronenberg's
Videodrome.
Videodrome. See, I forgot about that one. I don't even remember the last time if I ever saw it. I don't know if I ever saw that one, but
I like his dramas, like the history of violence and Eastern Promises.
okay. Let's see. Cronenberg's signature body horror was not only notable for being the director's first feature film, but also for royally pissing off critics and the Parliament of Canada over its overtly violent sexual nature. The plot sees residents of a luxury high-rise falling prey to a slug-like parasite that turns its victims into sex-crazed, murderous maniacs that spread their infection like a venereal disease. Cronenberg partially funded the film through the Canadian Film Development Corporation. No wonder they were pissed. And a high-profile critical attack on the film made it difficult for the director to obtain funding for future projects. It even reportedly got him kicked out of his Toronto apartment. Yet, despite the controversy, the movie was a financial success in comparison to its meager budget. Truthfully, both of Cronenberg's subsequent body horror in the 70s, Rabbit and The Brood, fared better. But this underrated classic that declared Cronenberg's horror auteur to be reckoned with, that should be celebrated. I want to watch this. Doesn't sound too bad. Carrie, what's that?
It's on my list to watch, like a bunch of Cronenberg movies, like Dead Ringers and I think the Dead Zone too.
Dead Zone. I haven't seen that. I've heard of it.
Oh, and Christopher Walken? Yeah, that one's good. I like
that one. Oh, yeah. He did the first movie called Crash, where they crash and then fuck, and that's the whole plot of the movie. It's terrible.
I used to crash and fuck a lot in my 20s too.
Ooh, crash. It sounds like you would hit women with your car, then fuck them. I don't know how much you want to admit that.
Well, fuck the fucking and crash. Either her house or she crashes at my house.
It was
shaming.
Yeah, no kink shaming.
Right.
No kink shaming.
Unless you like Brie Larson.
Yeah, in which case, yeah, she'll be castigated. All right, Carrie, 1976. Yeah. Based on Stephen King's 1974 novel, Brian De Palma's masterpiece. Wasn't I just talking about Scarface? Here's Brian De Palma's name. Not only marks this film as the first Stephen King big screen adaptation, but also one of the few horror films to receive Academy Award nominations. Well received by critics and audiences like Carrie cast a long-lasting stamp on the horrors of high school. King has praised De Palma's style in translating his story into becoming something far greater than what it was on the page. Nancy Allen and John Travolta created memorably vicious villains, but funnily enough, Allen claims she thought they were playing with comic relief. It wasn't until she saw the final cut that she realized they were the villains.
It's a movie that did not ever need to be remade.
Several times.
Find the way it is. Leave it alone.
Got remade twice.
Yeah.
Yep.
It was like a 2002 TV movie.
USA original movie. Yeah, I remember that one.
Carrie to the Rage, wasn't it? What's her name?
And we ain't even got to the sequel yet.
No. What was the girl's name that was in it? It wasn't Felicity shit. I'm trying to think. I have to look it up.
No, it was Felicity Carrie to the Rage.
Yeah, Carrie to the Rage. Was that not Rebecca Gayheart? Is that her name?
I can't remember her name. I know the actress. I know off the top. I just don't remember her name. I guess I could IMDb it.
It wasn't the chick. It wasn't the chick that played Zori Bliss, was it? Carrie Russell? Was that her?
No, it wasn't Carrie Russell. It was one of those teen actresses that didn't really become too famous, but she showed up in a lot of stuff.
Okay.
Would you like a little fun fact about Carrie?
It's Emily.
Emily Burgle.
Yeah.
Okay.
Emily Burgle.
All right.
Man, she has not been in a whole lot.
Would you guys like a little fun fact about Carrie?
Absolutely.
They had the casting for Star Wars and Carrie were done in the same building. So a lot of the people that auditioned for Carrie also auditioned for Star Wars and vice versa.
Those casts are not even close to similar.
No.
Hey,
you could have had William Catt as Luke Skywalker on an alternate
universe. British guys in Star Wars.
Hey, Sissy Spacek.
I remember hearing how Carrie Fisher was. She was supposed to play Carrie at first. She didn't want to do the nude topless scene.
And Sissy Spacek was going to be Princess Leia.
Mm-hmm.
That would have went a whole different
You
direction.
know what? Just some weird part of me wants to see that version.
Yeah.
Alternate reality.
Alternate reality, man.
She can use the
It's
force
out
for this.
there.
John Travolta as Darth Vader.
Oh yeah,
Like, oh my God.
he loves to be covered in black leather, probably, so it's fine.
Moose is in the house. Moose is in the house.
Welcome back. Let's see.
Here's Moosey.
Yeah, this one was disappointing because like we were talking about off air. I saw a House and I was like, wait, House came out in the 80s. Oh no, this is an Asian movie.
Hey Pete, you haven't seen The Fanatic yet?
No, I have not. That's the one where he plays the
You'll
autistic.
enjoy that one. It's Yep.
It's a Limp Bizkit movie.
Yep.
Oh yeah, Fred Durst directed that, didn't he?
Yep, he did.
Oh God.
He's very unapologetic about it too. He makes sure you know he's directing it every chance he gets.
Oh, I need to see that. Hey, what's up? Keely Chow is in the chat. Hail, Keely Chow, man. Thank you
I
for
saw
joining.
Fred Durst in a commercial.
Yes.
Like a rent a car or like buy a car thing.
It was like it was a car. It was like was it Carvana or one of those?
Yeah.
Yep.
The CDs, the Limp Bizkit's stuck in the car,
Yep.
crosses the road with groceries, and that's it. He doesn't say anything.
Is that
Really
sad that
fuck
Fred
out of
Durst
here.
has to buy a used car now with a broken tape deck?
I just want to see Fred Durst in a commercial selling Keebler cookies.
I did it all for the cookies. Come on, the cookies. Come on.
I mean, can we acknowledge that man was only ever relevant because of the Undertaker in WWE?
Yep.
I'm gonna be honest. I'll say the same thing with Kid Rock.
Oh God.
Like these two are only really relevant because of the WWE.
Those are parts of the
Outside,
90s that I'm still
does
trying to
anyone-
forget.
I don't know, man. Kid Rock had a pretty good feud going with the
They weren't even 90s. They were 2000s.
He makes
They
all
were-
right.
they
Kid
were.
Rock and Limp Bizkit. 2000.
Kid Rock goes back to the 80s, man. His first tape, grits sandwiches for breakfast, came out, and I think it was like 88 or 89, and that was when he was strictly rapping yet.
The fact that you know that really frightens me. But then
Dude,
again,
yeah.
it's a
No, no.
Detroit thing. I get it.
That's a Detroit. That's a
I feel like
Detroit
it's
thing,
a
dude.
shame.
I feel like he's aging in like Lindsay Lohan years.
Oh, he
He
looks
looks like shit.
he looks bad.
Kid Rock is such a piece of shit.
He looks really bad. Yeah. All right. So House 1977. Speaking of things that look bad, this just I don't know.
Never seen it.
No, me either. If you've ever seen this wacky acid trip of a movie, it may seem like an odd fit among the horror giants on our list. Of course, that's precisely why House is one of the best horror movies of the 70s. Toho Studios wanted a sort of Japanese Jaws when they enlisted Nobuhiko Obayashi. Instead, they got a psychedelic horror comedy that works as a precursor to the work of Sam Raimi and Peter Jackson. Dancing skeletons, severed fingers playing the piano, and decapitated heads biting butts. The absurdist imagery may have you questioning if someone slipped something into your drink while watching this movie. Hey, hey, hey. It was Bill Cosby.
I'd still rather see the one with William Catt.
Exactly. For all of its strangeness, there's also a surprising tragic depth beneath the surface, with Obayashi delving into the culture of pre- and post-atomic bomb. Oh, that just puts a damper on things. Toho may not have gotten the Jaws size hit they wanted, but House did become a success. Yeah, I have never seen this.
I kind of want to now.
I kind of want to see it too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
God,
gonna.
I have to find this.
That's a hard pass for me.
Adam, what's that Filipino movie they did in Best of the Worst? With like the flying head and the guts hanging out.
Oh God, I know which one that is too. I can't remember the name of it right
It
now.
reminds me of that though. This picture.
I know which one you're talking about. That movie. I have actually seen that movie outside of Best of the Worst, and it's pretty freaking hilarious.
I'm trying to remember. Oh, it keeps like getting close to my head and goes away.
All right, let's see here. What do we got? Suspiria, 1977. You guys ever seen this one?
It's overrated as fuck.
It is.
Yeah, this I have not.
Oh yeah, I've seen this.
Perhaps the best known and widely regarded, what is that? Giallo of all time. Dario Argento's beloved classic is not only hyper-violent, but hyper-stylistic, with its stunning vivid coloring playing like a fever dream against the rock score of Goblin. Suspiria consistently makes it on the list of best films ever made and holds close critical regard. Though it wasn't always the case, a large part of the film's success is the Technicolor, which Argento has stated he was inspired by the color in Walt Disney's Snow White. While the remake is currently on the way, the original classic is still selling out theaters today with its recently discovered 35mm print and a 4K restoration. So what is this one about?
So a young dancer from America goes to, I want to say Berlin, to become a dance. She goes in, rolls in like a dance, all-female dance academy, and then, spoiler alert, she slowly finds out that they're all witches.
Okay.
That's it. It's a better shot movie. Like, I love the way it looks and everything more than I like the actual movie itself.
It's one of those technical things, like film people that film things in
like Gravity.
Yeah,
the movie Gravity. It's better looking than it is an actual good movie.
I'll agree with that.
Yeah.
How old is this article? Because it was a remake's on the way. Didn't the remake come out like a year ago?
Yeah, this is an older article.
Oh, okay.
It's like maybe a year or so old. I just found it. I mean, really, like I was like, what the hell? It's just kind of a fun little top 10 list to go.
No,
I didn't bother with the remake. Yeah.
Let's see.
I was gonna ask, is there another remake?
Okay, all right. So Sal said the remake was pretty good. It takes place at a dance studio in Berlin, a ballet studio, and it came out last year. It's Amazon Prime exclusive. All right. Okay.
Yeah. That was 2018.
2018. All right. So
yeah, it was good. I saw the remake
I've
as
heard
well.
some good things about the remake. Yeah, I've heard some good things. I want to see it.
I prefer the original, even though I don't love the original. I still like it. I think it's vastly overrated, but I still like it.
Yeah, I'll have to make a point to go see that.
Yeah,
I have all the Dario Argento movies like on my list to watch because I want to get into him because I do like his style.
What about Dracula 3D?
Oh God, I saw that. I've seen that. It's the only other one I've seen of his, but I really want to watch Deep Red, which looks creepy as hell.
You know what? I make fun of that movie, but you know what? I will take Dario Argento's Dracula over the BBC's Dracula any day of the week.
Over what?
The new Dracula show?
The Netflix one. Yeah.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Only watch the first 2 episodes. Don't watch episode 3, man. Don't watch.
I did that with Supergirl. I regret that. I regret that a lot.
It's Greg Berlanti. I could have told you to regret that.
Yeah. Well, I watched it because I was dating the girl with a daughter. I'm like, should watch Supergirl. Someone to look up to. And we couldn't even get through it. So.
I will say this for Supergirl. Her leaked nudes were spectacular.
Okay, now I have a new search. I gotta save that.
I'm pretty sure there's a picture where, she's taking up the old poop chute.
Hold on 1 second, guys.
Phoenix will be back in a moment.
Oh God, Phoenix he's gonna come back like that Stan Marsh picture from South Park.
Turn my mic off. All right, here we go. It's off.
I'll be right back, but I promise it's not reported.
Yeah, see, they're yeah. Let's see. Franchise History TV said. He says, let's see. He says BBC Dracula's trash. Actually, like Dawn of the Dead, it takes place in Milwaukee. Yeah, I was gonna say that's next on our list. Wait, Sal said Dawn of the Dead was made by Zack Snyder. Oh, did he do the remake? Dawn of the Dead, Zack Snyder. Nice.
Yep.
The Milwaukee Island. I love that one. I grew up kind of near Milwaukee, and there's no tropical island off the coast in Lake Michigan.
Yeah.
I love that.
I found that Dawn of the Dead remake to be surprisingly entertaining. Yeah, I don't hate it. It's not completely ripping off the original, which is kind of what I like about it.
Yeah. Is that the one with Ving Rhames and
yes.
Yep. That was good.
Yeah.
I like that movie.
They had some awesome shots. Whole opening sequence was really breathtaking. Yes.
And the cars are crashing. They look like it looks terrible now, but
yes,
like little model cars hitting each other.
Right, but it was trying to do something different, and I just appreciated the hell out of it for trying to give you a different. It's like if you're going to remake something, make something refreshingly different. Yeah,
that was a really good movie. Like the remake because they redid the whole trilogy. It wasn't bad at all. Like really, I didn't think any of those were really like bad.
If I had to choose between the two, I'm obviously going to go with the original, but I really don't hate the Dawn of the Dead remake.
No, the original one you can't really beat
kind of perfect. Yeah.
Yep.
I hated the guy from Modern Family on there.
Oh God, yeah, he was the what's his name? The guy that plays Phil Dunphy. Wasn't it him?
I don't know much about Modern Family. I just know it's the guy.
He was the dad. He was married to the what's her name? Julie Bowen's character, the little tiny blonde. on Modern Family, I think. He was are you talking the real estate salesman dad, like the really nerdy one? Ed O'Neill's his father-in-law.
Yeah.
Yep. I can't think of the actor's name.
Ty Burrell.
Ty Burrell. Yeah. And I like Ty Burrell, but he was not good in that movie. No,
they shouldn't have had him in that role. He's severely miscast.
Yep.
But Dawn of the Dead is my jam. That's one of my favorite movies.
Oh yeah,
the original.
definitely, dude.
I love how just it's nonsensical. It's just they filmed stuff and just threw it in an order that kind of made sense, and you just watch them try to survive in a mall while bikers show up and throw pies in zombies' faces, and it doesn't make any sense. Love it.
It's a movie that doesn't need a lot of story because it has so much of everything else.
Yeah, comes with its own key.
Yep.
The quote from the movie. We lost Alex.
Oh, hang on. Let me get off the screen share here so I can add him back in. Oh, there he is right here. We'll add him back in. There we go. Okay, now I'll go.
Hey, what happened there?
I don't know.
I
don't know. Why don't you ask Bill Cosby?
I did not look at porn. I swear.
There was a general pudding pop got in the way.
You can type Supergirl really fast.
Okay, look. If I really wanted to be titillated, I'd put this up.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody's pitching arm should be a lot extra stronger by this point.
So Dawn of the Dead.
You ruined Supergirl for Keely Chow, by the way.
Yeah.
They'll never see Supergirl the same way.
Keely Chow, once you see those photos, you will go back to watching Supergirl.
And here we're
I joke, but I am going to go look at them.
You do need to go. Oh,
yeah,
and also, what's her name? Katie Cassidy, Black Widow?
Yes. Oh,
Not
God.
Widow.
Black Canary.
What is there? Oh, my God. Yo, she's a porn star. It's not even leaked photos. She's a porn star.
She's a smoke show, too, dude, because she got, like, all in good shape to play on Arrow and shit. Like, she used to be just, like, skinny and hot, and, like, now she's, like, abs hot. You know, it's like, yeah. Girl out there looking like a snack and shit. Halloween 1978 is next on the list. This one just speaks for itself, man. This movie is, I love how the franchise, man. Part 4 is my favorite Halloween movie. I will say that. Out of the the really good, 1, 2, and then out of like 4 and 5, 4 is my favorite one overall. Like part 1, I acknowledge is freaking great. It is, but part 4 is my favorite.
If you don't acknowledge Halloween 3, I will slap you.
No, I'm just saying that. No. Okay. Okay. Well, let me go back to my point because
Tom Atkins deserves some love, damn it.
Fucking right, he does.
Well, obviously, I was gonna say Tom Atkins. Yeah, the dude's a fucking.
He banged a robot. Man. Protect us.
But no, Halloween 3 is a great standalone movie. It is. There's nothing. There's absolutely. I never, ever had a problem with that movie. The only problem I ever has, it's not really a Halloween movie, But it's a fucking great movie because it just can stand on its own merit. If you just call that the Silver Shamrock horror movie or whatever, it's fucking great.
It's very fun. It's so ridiculous. It's fun.
To be honest, that is what Halloween was supposed to be.
Yeah, an anthology.
It was supposed to be. Yeah, it wasn't supposed to be Michael. But Mike, I was gonna say Mike. Yeah, that's how come they can't think of anything to do with the guy after part 5.
Yeah,
he's got to bang his niece and join a cult.
Yep.
I think what would have made Halloween 3 better if they really wanted to go full-blown anthology series was to have it be like 3 short stories. Because you could take Halloween 3 and like shorten it into like maybe about a half an hour. And
awesome. It is way too long for what it is.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Remember when they Looney Tunes across the room hiding behind the mask rack?
Yep. Oh yeah.
That movie is going.
And now you have that song stuck in your head for the rest of the week. You're welcome.
At least part 3 is more appreciated now. I think even Cinema Snob said it. Part 3 is probably better than every Halloween movie. I probably would say H2O is still better.
Yeah,
I like it. It does deserve some love.
I didn't realize there's Halloween movies before the new one. Apparently, this is a franchise.
It thinks it's a franchise.
We don't count that. We don't count that new one.
Yeah,
I'd rather watch Resurrection.
It's a movie that never should have been a franchise and just became what it is.
A good trilogy. And
I hate to say it. Yeah, Michael Myers ain't really that interesting of a killer to have a long franchise. Like, ended at 4, which 4 would be the third one, and then that's it.
Yeah.
No, I like.
Remiss was the hero, not Laurie Strode.
And thank you so much, Rob Zombie, for giving us that backstory that fucking nobody wanted.
Oh God, that's
what? I'll still take that backstory over 2018.
Yeah, Yeah, I can.
Not part two though. Not part two though.
No, the first
The
one.
white pony. I don't ride the white pony, son.
Yep, that was when like I remember watching that because like the first one I watched and I was like, I didn't completely hate it, but I was just like, this really didn't need to be made. Like
that is the most like white trashiest California version of Illinois I've ever seen in my entire fucking life. Jesus H. Christ.
Yeah, I was just like, oof, like this is just.
Rob Zombie knows what he likes.
Yep. Yep. I just that second one though that went too far off the rails, man. That was, I'm like, we get it. Your wife used to be hot, dude. Your wife used to be hot. We get it, man. Like we're all fapped to her at one time. Either whether we were crying about it or not. But Jesus, man.
He's such a fucking.
They brought back the best friend just to kill her again.
Yeah.
How do you bring back the best friend who got killed in the first movie to kill her again?
He's like the biggest hipster in heavy metal. My God.
Yeah, that was so. Yeah, I liked, like I said, the '78 one was good. Here's a really great fucking movie, Phantasm.
I kind of crap on the first. I do like the point.
I like now this Phantasm is just, yeah, that movie was fun.
I gotta admit, Phantasm, I like that movie more now than I did when I first saw it when I was younger. Because
it scared the shit out of me as a kid.
When I saw it when I was younger, there was a lot of like really good stuff to pick from. But when I look at it like now compared to everything else, it's held up a lot better than I thought it would. The soundtrack, the visuals, it's amazing.
They released 5 like 4 years ago.
And also, when you want to talk about franchises, I started watching some of the sequels to this. This actually has a pretty well put together story. As it goes on, it kind of builds on the first one and just keeps going. It has all the original cast. They managed to keep all the original cast from this one going on into every single sequel.
See, what's his name just died? Angus Schramm, right? The tall man.
Angus Schramm, yeah.
He just passed away a couple of years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't they just make a new Phantasm like a few years ago? Like very recent in recent years. Yeah, they made a new one.
I haven't watched it.
I wonder if he's in it. I wonder if he lived long enough.
I don't know.
It probably just CGI.
I want to say I think he was in it. I could be wrong though.
Because I think he died in like 2018. Is that when he came out? You said 2016, was it, Phoenix?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think he was probably still around. Because like I said, I mean I might be mistaken, but I don't think he's been gone for more than a year or two.
I hear he's a really nice guy too.
Yeah, from conventions and everything. Yeah, I have a lot of friends that would go to horror conventions, and yeah, he, everybody talked highly of him. And what's the other guy's name that played? What's his name? Reggie. Oh God, I can't think of his name. Wasn't he in Starship Troopers too?
No,
Scanners. The guy from Scanners.
Reggie is in Ravager, which is the recent one.
That's it, Ravager.
Yeah, the ice cream guy. He's like the hero in every single one of them.
Yep.
Okay, no, I don't think. Oh no, Angus Schramm was in it. He's in the last one.
So I thought he was still around when that one came out.
I've only seen the first one. I was gonna watch the other ones, but they took them off Netflix when I was gonna do it.
Bastards.
Because they were all on Netflix for a while there.
They're probably over on Shudder now.
God, I miss Shudder.
I'll go through it says, written, produced, and directed by Don Coscarelli, this DIY horror film is the very definition of a labor of love. Wholly unique to anything before and after, Phantasm defies categorization. Equal parts horror and sci-fi, and short on definitive answers, the story's concept came to Coscarelli in a dream, fitting as the overall aesthetic feels, words are hard, like one fevered dream. Killer chrome orbs, the iconic tall man, and one sweet 1971 Plymouth Barracuda, yes it is. Phantasm may not have won over critics upon release, but it did win over an extremely loyal fan base that still consistently begs Coscarelli for more decades later. That's one I definitely want to buy. I want to get that on Blu-ray.
Same guy that did Beastmaster.
Beastmaster?
Oh, yeah.
Same director.
Yeah, that was a good movie. That one came out in the early mid-80s.
82.
Phantasm is the movie that taught me that if an old man ever comes at you with balls, you should be scared. Life lesson, son.
Well.
Here we go. Now I watched this with my 4.5-year-old the other day, and he was not afraid of any of it, which I was very proud of him for. Alien, 1979. The horror classic that launched an entire franchise. Oh, you guys know the drill. This movie is freaking great. It is. And this was one of the quintessential strong female leads in Sigourney Weaver.
Now, Mary Sue said we're not supposed to bring this up anymore.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. It doesn't count because it's from the 1970s, right? That's problematic.
Well, to be fair,
We have to bring up Tom Skerritt.
Alien's a horror movie, and Sigourney Weaver just happened to be the final girl, except in space.
Yeah.
And the final girl was way established before Alien came out.
You're going to let Adam say "to be fair," and whenever I say it, you guys play that clip?
I don't have the clip.
He doesn't have the clip.
Yeah, you say it on Adam's show.
Okay.
Yeah,
Adam's the one that goes crazy with the clips.
I don't have the clip. I'll just say it after somebody says it. To be fair.
To be fair,
I do it in my videos. I can't do it live.
I need to watch that cartoon already.
But no, man. I was watching. We were sitting around, and after Alien was over, he wanted to see some more clips of the Xenomorphs. So I was like, I've never seen Alien Covenant or oh God, what was the other one?
Don't do it.
Prometheus. I watched Prometheus, but that's
don't let your kid watch Covenant, man.
I did.
Even I haven't seen Covenant. I refuse to watch it.
Don't watch. I'm gonna be honest. I'd rather watch Adam's Black Christmas than Covenant.
I like Covenant.
And mind you, I like Prometheus.
I didn't like. We just watched like a lot of like the Xenomorph scenes in Covenant, and the alien scenes with it. I mean, I thought it looked pretty cool. It's got Danny McBride in it. It looked like it had a decent cast.
You know what Covenant has? I'm gonna tell you right now. It has a scene where Michael Fassbender fucks a robot clone of himself.
Look
at Phoenix.
Let me ask you
Look
this,
at
Alex.
Phoenix.
When he does it, does he say I'd fuck me real hard? Because that would make it perfect.
I'll put on lipstick. It's weird.
Maybe it's some fan fiction.
No,
I bet you can find it out there.
Keely
Playing a
Fowler.
little lady synth rock in the background while he's doing it. Yeah.
We see. He asked if anybody had seen Prometheus. Yeah, I didn't mind Prometheus. I really didn't.
Prometheus.
It wasn't bad. Like I said, from what I saw of Covenant, I would like to watch it. I think just for the hell of it. Like I said, I've sat. I mean, even if it's bad, I've sat through worse. I mean, like I said, I went to the theater to see Charlie's Angels. So it really the bottom of the barrel really doesn't scrape much lower than that. So
This is one of those franchises, though, like Terminator, where I just refuse to acknowledge anything after the second one.
No,
it's like the first two, and then don't care.
What was Alien? Alien 3 was that the one with Rock in it? Charles Dutton, where they were in like the prison.
Yeah.
That one was like very
Space Monk.
Yeah, like space. It was weird. Like I've only seen it once.
Because that movie went through like what 10 different rewrites, man.
Oh yeah, and
The movie doesn't even match the trailer.
Yeah, I was gonna say they did like 10 different edits too during the movie.
Yeah. The original trailer, if you remember, the original trailer implied that they were showing up to Earth. You don't even see Earth in the movie.
No, I was gonna say I haven't, because that came out. What was it? I don't even remember when.
93.
It was
Was
90s, definitely.
Holy shit! Yeah, so I probably saw it like maybe right after it came out, and I've never watched it again. That's one of those ones, I rented it like on a Friday night, just I was a kid. I was like, hey, can I rent this Alien? With like, yeah, whatever. I rented it and kind of watched it and was like, whatever. Because like I liked the first, 1 and 2. Those were I watched those with my my mom and dad, and I liked them. They were cool.
It feels like one of those movies where it might be okay if it wasn't an alien movie. Like if you took the alien out of it and just had the whole concept of the prison and the space monks and all that, it might have been fine. But as an alien movie, it just kind of undoes everything the first two movies make.
Yeah, that's the weird thing about the Alien movies. I was like, I think only the first two are great. But the sequels are not offensively bad. They're stupid, but they're not like Last Jedi bad. They're not like this offensive abomination. Just be like, okay, it sucks. You move on.
Hey,
Fourth
we got shots fired in the chat.
Covenant was terrible.
Leo Red said to Alex, he said, if Lincoln 7 likes Prometheus, he can't say nothing else bad about Thor Ragnarok ever.
I agree.
Oh, I can say Prometheus and Thor. I can say Prometheus and Covenant are still better movies than Ragnarok.
Alex and I have very different opinions on movies.
Oh, me
like
too, dude.
I didn't hate.
Oh, Adam's just mad because I ended up liking Parasite.
Yeah, we had an interesting conversation about Parasite today.
I ended up liking Parasite.
I gotta watch that. I really
So
do.
I finally saw Parasite. I ended up loving that movie.
Honestly,
Now make sure you guys do like Heather's, where you highlight your favorite passage in the movie and let everybody know about it when you're done.
I will. I'll
Oh,
try.
I already know my
I'm not
favorite.
bad. I'm not bad with subtitles, like I said, because I've watched quite a few subtitled movies. I mean,
Same here.
I'm not the biggest fan of them, but like, you know, sometimes it's just like whatever, you know, I watch them and, you know, they're not terrible. It's just if I might have to watch it more than once sometimes, but I don't mind, you know.
I get where Adam's
Every
coming
movie
from
with
because
title.
Adam looks at Parasite the same way I look at the MCU. Like, I don't even think they're that terrible, minus a few movies. It's just everyone brags about them being so
Yeah,
perfect. It gets annoying after a while.
I
get
think
that.
a part of the problem I had with it is just the way people afflate this movie endlessly. Is like my expectations were way too high going into it, so that when I watched, I'm like, okay, well, that's
See,
a
thanks
thing.
to you, my expectations
on
went
you.
in very low.
Yeah, it's kind of on you. You got to realize that when people praise shit, don't listen to them. Don't listen to them.
Yeah,
It just
go in with
feels
your
to me
own
like
view.
everybody's just showing off, telling, oh well, God, yeah. This
I mean,
is the
I
crazy.
think it was a good movie. I did enjoy it, but I was like, yeah, the internet kind of went crazy on that.
You know the
yeah.
the English Patient episode of Seinfeld, Pete.
Yep.
That's
Dude.
that's what this fucking movie is. It's the English Patient for 2019.
That's one of my favorite Elaine. That's actually going to be in my Elaine video. Is going to be the English Patient.
For Shakespeare in Love.
Look, I say it all the time. Never be ashamed of what you like or what you dislike. I think I posted in the group before. I own Fan 4-Stick.
Did you mention Shakespeare in Love?
No.
No, I think Phoenix did.
Okay.
You said that one, Shakespeare in Love?
Movies where you're like, how did that win?
You know, I tried watching that movie, man. I couldn't get through 20 minutes of it. I turned that shit
Didn't that
off.
movie beat some movie everybody wanted?
It's
what was
all dialogue. It's so much dialogue.
Saving Private Ryan.
Oh my God.
Huh?
It beat
Saving Private Ryan? Okay.
Yeah.
I knew it was like a controversy. Like it beat something everybody wanted to win, and everyone was pissed about it.
Yeah.
See, by then the Oscar was already dead to me because Forrest Gump beat Shawshank Redemption somehow.
Yeah.
I can't be mad at Forrest Gump, but yeah,
you have to
Shawshank
remember
should've
that
probably
there was a year where Shawshank Redemption and Forrest Gump were out at the same time. So that kind of says something about movies then versus movies now.
We all had that awkward moment where you thought Forrest Gump was the greatest comedy ever. Then you grew up and realized, oh, I'm not supposed to laugh at this.
Yeah,
I'm a
whoops.
dick.
That's my bad. Let's see. We'll go.
Although, have you read the book?
There's a book.
Forrest Gump's. It's based on a book. Forrest Gump's a dick in the book.
Does Forrest Gump even need a book?
Jenny, you go out and bang all these guys. I'll raise the age.
Because I think it was the author hates the movie because he said it made Forrest too likable. Like Forrest Gump is an asshole in the book. Like he's not
autistic.
Yeah. Well, I think he hated the movie so much he made a sequel to Forrest Gump in the book. And the first line in it is, "Son, whatever you do, don't ever let Hollywood make a movie of your life." Yeah, look it up sometime. The Forrest Gump book is trippy. Like, it's complete. I can't see Tom Hanks playing this role.
I kind of want that.
He's a horn dog. I know. Like, you kind of want to see that now, right? You're like, I want that to be a movie.
What did let's see, wait, Franchise History TV said, I own Jurassic World, Fallen Kingdom, and Terminator Genesis. I can honestly say I don't own Terminator Genesis, but I do own Fallen Kingdom because somebody bought it for my son, not because I bought it, because I hate that movie with like every fiber of my being. That's like the worst.
What movie?
Jurassic World, Fallen Kingdom. That is like the most offensive Jurassic Park World movie I've ever like. The first Jurassic World movie was fine. Like I had no problem with it. Not the greatest.
So boring.
Not the greatest. Yeah, it wasn't the greatest one, but I mean,
it's The Force Awakens with Jurassic Park.
Exactly. It had a few new, whatever, big, it was monster scares that, Jurassic Park was never meant to be a monster movie. That's not what Spielberg intended, but he turned it into a monster movie when they went to San Diego with it and turned it into fucking Godzilla. That's the moment that franchise went from being a character driven story, it was a character-driven story to a monster franchise. Was that moment right there, and that fucking T-Rex got off the boat in San Diego. That was the problem with it.
God, I hate that. That's still my least favorite part of the entire franchise.
I literally was just watching that one before we came on the air too.
I'd rather watch Bryce Dallas Howard outrun a T-Rex in high heels than watch the T-Rex running through the city.
I'd rather watch Bryce Dallas Howard do anything than watch a T-Rex run through the city. Let's be honest.
I saw the fourth Indiana Jones movie, and I said out loud during the screening, I'm done with Steven Spielberg, and I have never watched another movie since that. It's been 12 years.
Oh, that movie.
Should I tell Phoenix? Should I tell him? I like Indiana Jones 4. It was the first one I ever saw.
Oh my god, I grew up in that trilogy.
I went backwards.
Yep.
I saw Crystal Skull first, then I saw Crusade Raiders? Not Raiders. I saw Last Crusade second. Then I saw Temple of Doom third. That's the only one I hate. I hate Temple of Doom. And then I saw Raiders at the end, and so it ended well for me. I saw the best one at the end.
Temple of Doom.
Temple of Doom is so stupid.
Great. I watched those. I
So
watched those
stupid.
movies in the order of when they're supposed to actually happen. So I saw Temple of Doom first, and then Raiders, and then
I can't
Last
sit through
Crusade,
Temple of Doom.
and
I've
then the
tried.
Kingdom of Crystal Skull.
I've tried. Don't get me wrong. I like Short Round. That's probably about the only thing I do like in the movie. I hate everything else.
Well, I don't like Kate Capshaw, but I still like the movie.
I hate it.
Yeah, she was
And
kind
I always
of.
make the joke. Everyone keeps shitting on the nuke in the fridge part, but I was like, no one has anything to say about falling out of an airplane like miles up in the sky in a raft, hit the mountain, fall off of a waterfall, and still
You see
survive
no
that.
difference between those two things? One's a nuke.
I think both
Yeah.
are stupid. I've called out. I
They're
think
both
the nuke
stupid,
is
yeah.
stupid. But the problem is, only one ever gets shitted on. I was like, they're both stupid. I like Crystal Skull, but I can admit the nuke the fridge is stupid.
Yeah.
But I was like, so is the Temple of Doom one. No one calls it out.
Temple of Doom's
I can't
Good.
say. I think. And look, apparently Steven Spielberg and George Lucas kind of agree with me. 'Cause
I
think
guess
even they
the
said
Temple of Doom for me, the reason it's kind of
they still
special.
think that's
That whole scene where they do the dinner. I used to have an Iranian uncle, and we used to have to spend a lot of holidays going over to his house, and every meal that he prepared reminded me of that meal. Like you
Didn't- I
really
think-
never knew what the fuck you were going
I
to get on
think
the table.
Lucas didn't he write that movie during his divorce, which
Yep.
is why Willie is so annoying as she is.
Yep.
Yeah.
so
And then he married her.
Fuck
So
her.
go figure.
Spielberg did.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
Lucas
Spielberg-
didn't marry
No,
her.
Lucas is going through a divorce. He wrote her in there, and then Spielberg ended up fucking her.
Yeah. Spielberg married Kate Capshaw, dude.
That's why Lucas and Spielberg don't get along.
The only good thing that came out of that is at least we don't have to see her in any more movies. So
God damn it.
there's that.
That's funny.
Thank God. Although I'm sure the actress is a nice lady. Like, I'm not really blaming her for Temple of Doom. But God, I cannot sit through that movie. I can't do it.
There's a lot of people that feel that way.
I just can't, man.
I understand. It's the worst of the original three, definitely. But
Yeah.
I think it's the worst one.
No,
But,
look it up.
did you see the Angry Video Game Nerd? They did the rental reviews where they did a discussion of what was the worst Indiana Jones movie, and they said one of the guys said, "Okay, this is clearly going to be a Crystal Skull. That's easy. Why are we even discussing this?" And by the end of the 3-1, he was shocked. Like the other James and all them said, no, they thought Temple of Doom was worse. You can't hear me?
we couldn't for a little bit, but you're good.
Oh, no, they did the video about what was the worst Indiana Jones movie. And one of the guys said it should easily be Crystal Skull. Why is this a debate? But by the time the 30 minutes ended, he was outvoted 3-1 that they all said Crystal Skull was better than Temple of Doom.
It's
He
not.
was shocked.
No.
James Wolfe, he admits he thinks Temple of Doom's the worst movie.
It's not though.
No, it's not.
It is, though.
No.
I can take everything in Temple of Doom over those CGI fucking monkeys, man.
Yeah.
Shia LaBeouf
I can deal with
through the
CGI
fine.
monkeys over.
Aliens don't
Some of the
belong
most-
in Indiana Jones.
The part that
What's
pissed me
wrong
off
with
in the theater,
aliens? What's
when I
wrong with
said
aliens?
when I said I was done with Spielberg, it was when those guys in Peru jumped out of the ceilings like they were encased in there, and I'm like, what, are they fucking living there?
Yeah, like everyone complains about, oh, the aliens are so
It's
unrealistic.
Steve Phoenix. They saw that in
God
the
is
Mummy, so they
okay.
thought they had to put that in the Indiana Jones movie too. At least the Mummy, when they did it, they were trying to be funny.
South Park did that whole episode about how they had Spielberg and Lucas raping.
Oh, yes. That was fucking hilarious.
Have you guys noticed though that Spielberg is awful with all of his sequels? Like just really bad at doing sequels.
What other sequels has he
He
done?
got one sequel, right? With,
Other than
was
Jurassic
it
Park.
Crusade?
Oh, that's right. He did do that one.
He did
Okay.
Crusade, yeah. Has he done any other sequels? Only one I can think of is
Jurassic Park.
Jurassic
Jurassic
Park 2,
Park.
Lost World,
That's it.
And I
which we
think he
just
only
got done
did two,
talking
right?
about. Yeah.
yeah, he only did two, which I still think is probably the worst one, mind you. I haven't seen Fallen Kingdom.
So now that we're done with the horrors of talking about the Crystal Skull, which was
Sorry.
I don't know how we got to that.
oh God,
That was me. I'm
that's
sorry.
okay. That's all right. That's what we can all acknowledge. It's a horrible movie. It's all right. It can't hurt you. It can't hurt you.
It hurt me so bad already.
It can't hurt you anymore. Just
Show
don't
us on
watch
the
it.
doll where the
because there's
crystal
nothing
skull touched you.
Just ignore it. Just ignore its existence. So we'll jump back over to Bloody Disgusting here. We'll talk about
Go look at dudes.
the 80s. The 80s and the top horror movies of the 80s. How about we start with The Shining from 1980? I like, this movie's fine. I liked it. Not one of my favorites, but
One of my favorites.
it's a classic, it is. Jack Nicholson's fucking great in it, I can say that. And what was the lady that played the mom in this?
Shelley Duvall.
But she like went nuts after this shit, didn't she? Like just
If you have a 4K TV, you really need to get this one in 4K. It looks absolutely fucking gorgeous. It's the best print of this movie I've ever seen. Like really, really looks good. Like it was shot yesterday. It's really intense. I mean, I love the movie anyway, but even more in 4K, it's like watching a new movie.
Definitely. It's one of my favorite movies. I just watched Room 237, the documentary they made about it. Where Wax talk about the Tracy series.
You should do a show about that show.
It is nonsense. And then I also watched a couple days ago Dr. Sleep.
How was that?
I liked it. I thought I was gonna hate it, but it was pretty good. I like Mike Flanagan though, the director. He did that House on Haunted Hill show on Netflix. Love that show. He did Gerald's Game, the other Stephen King book. It was pretty good.
Right.
Rebecca Ferguson's in it, Pete. She's gorgeous. Absolutely fucking gorgeous woman.
She's like a bohemian hipster girl.
Yeah, and she's really good looking.
She plays Rose the Hat. That's
Rose
her
the
name.
Hat, and she's going to be playing Lady Jessica in the new Dune movie, so I'm pretty excited.
I'll talk to you off air about that.
Yep, for sure.
About the Dune thing, because I noticed news about that, but
I've been following that one really closely. Yeah.
Number 2 here, we got Friday the 3rd, or the next one on the list, Friday the 13th, the very first one, the 1980 version. Yeah, this movie's fucking greatness.
I don't like this movie, man.
I love it, man.
No.
It's such a. I love
boring.
I love Betsy Palmer being the swerve at the end. It was.
I did too, man.
I did. I loved it. I love this damn movie. It was cool. Like I remember seeing this as a little kid and being like, this is, because I was probably like, I saw this after I had already seen a couple Nightmare on Elm Street and I think Halloween 3 and Friday Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Then I saw the first Friday the 13th. I'd already seen like part 4 and 5, and then I saw the first one, and I was like, even as like an 8-year-old, I was like, oh, it's still kind of cool, because it's like just it's violent, I was like, I was into horror movies from the time I was young, so I
was
never
shocked to learn Jason wasn't the killer.
I know that was the thing too.
Hurt you, Keely. Ciao. I just read that there. Show me on the doll where it hurt you. Talking about Jones. Friday, I don't think anybody saw the Friday the 13th movies in order. Like they're born after they came out.
Yep.
Because I was like you, Pete. I saw the sequels and then I went back and watched the first. I'm like, where's Jason?
Yeah.
Not in it.
that was it, man. Like I
Thank you, Franchise TV. Somebody fucking agrees with me. This movie reminds me of like if you were to take Alfred Hitchcock and reduce him to like a diet caffeine-free cola. Yeah, that's what Friday the 13th is. It's just it's not. I think it's just people like have better memories of this movie than what it really is. And I rewatched it recently, like not just last year, and I'm just like, I don't fucking get it.
It was a better video game.
The NES video game?
No, a few years ago. The NES was like a weird side scroller for some reason.
Yeah, yes, it was.
Now maybe I'm unpure, but my personal favorite of the Friday the 13th franchise is Jason Lives. I think that movie's fucking amazing. I like that one the best.
Part 6?
Part 6.
Yeah, that's the one with Tom Matthews, man. He's he's probably like one of my favorite like characters in this entire franchise, and he actually made an appearance in Womp Stomp Productions. Did Never Hike Alone back in 2018, late 2018. They released that, which was their fan film. It's still available on YouTube. Absolutely great, and they're doing another one set in the winter, kind of a sequel. And Tom Matthews made an appearance in the fan film as an ambulance driver, and he survived a Jason attack. So it was really cool. It was great. It was probably about like 45 minutes long. Super fucking like well done, produced and everything. Like single man cast until the very end of the movie. Just the one guy hiking and Jason, and then you get like the ambulance crew in the end of it. So it was good. It was really well done.
I think I like that one because it like breaks out. So these movies are extremely formulaic, you know, and it's like at least part 6 was trying to be something different. It obviously didn't work because they didn't revisit that approach ever again, but it was self-aware, but it wasn't like trying to shove so many jokes into it to where it annoyed you. It was just like a certain level of tongue-in-cheek humor that actually made it fun to watch.
Keely Chow has a question. Hang on one second.
That actually.
Yeah, okay. Go ahead, Phoenix.
Yeah, he asked why was Jason's mom killing people? It's because back in the 50s, the counselors there were too busy fucking around doing drugs and let her son die in the lake, let him drown. So she's mad at the counselors 30 years later, even though they're different counselors now.
Which kind of played into American Horror Story 1984 this season.
I still haven't seen that one yet.
It was good. I loved it because I'm an 80s slasher. Like that's my favorite like genre. Like my favorite time period in horror movies is the 80s slasher types. And yeah, dude, that season really was like over the top blood and gore. And yeah, I loved it. And they have their cast is so good on there. It really is.
Yeah, I like that show. I do a review show on it. I haven't watched the new season yet though.
I watched the finale. Like I remember because I didn't catch it when it first aired, and I watched it like a couple days later, and I did everything I could to avoid spoilers, and I was not disappointed in it. What's her name? Carrie Fisher's daughter. That's on there.
Yeah, I have a big crush on her.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, join the club. But she's so good on there. That's like, you know, they had her in Star Wars, and she literally did nothing, and then you know
2 lines.
Exactly. You know, in 2 whole movies, she like did nothing. And then, you know,
Alex is gone.
Is that all right? Let me pop off screen share and I'll add him back in. But yeah, they, you know, they did nothing with her, and she's really does have some decent acting chops, and she's proven it on that show.
Yeah, she was in the season before that too, the Apocalypse season.
Yes, she's been in, she's been in quite a few seasons now.
She's in a commercial of Old Navy where she raps.
I haven't seen that.
Go check it out. It's some of the whitest rapping you'll ever see in your life.
Is it worse than Daisy Ridley though?
Oh, I haven't seen hers.
Daisy Ridley. I'm a dad from the coop. God.
She raps about holiday fleeces in that commercial. It's Old Navy. So that tells you anything.
Oh, fair enough. So Friday the 13th, then we go down to American Werewolf in London from 1981.
Big time. Love this movie.
This is one I have not seen in I don't know how long. I didn't even go back up to the top. No, I've seen it, but it's been forever and a day since I've seen this one.
It's my personal favorite werewolf movie.
It's one of my favorite horror movies.
Okay.
And it's also a comedy. Yeah, it's also a great comedy.
I love this movie. And the sequel's terrible, but I love this movie.
They made a sequel to this?
American Werewolf in Paris.
I think I saw the sequel first.
I've heard of it, but I've never seen it.
It's not good. It's not a comedy, really.
All right. Does it have any of the same characters in it, or?
No, it's a completely different cast.
I
don't think anybody survives from the first one.
I can't remember. Like I said, it's been so long since I watched this one. Let's see. Sal's never seen it. Says werewolves aren't. I don't mind like some werewolf movies. Silver Bullet is probably one of my favorite werewolf movies, just because Gary Busey's fucking insane in it. And
that's a good movie. Silver Bullet. I like that. The only thing is they really shit the bed in that movie with the werewolf, the way he looks.
Yeah.
It looks like he's wearing a monkey suit at the end. Like a literal monkey suit, and they just kind of reshaped it a little bit to look like a werewolf.
What about the Howling movies?
Yeah, the first one. I haven't seen all the Halloween movies, but the first Halloween movie is pretty damn good. But I still, if I had to choose between that and American Werewolf, definitely American Werewolf.
Which one has the lesbian werewolf sex? Is that 3?
I think so.
The werewolf?
One of those, the marsupials or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't.
Oh, next is the Howling.
Yeah, let's see. So that segues right into the Howling. I haven't seen any of the sequels to this.
They're bad.
I've never seen any of the sequels. Let's see. Yeah, so let's see. 1981 marked the year the horror fans received not one but two memorable werewolf classics. Unlike Landis, though, Joe Dante would play this one a little more straight. Originally, Rick Baker was hired to handle effects, but the reins were handed over to Rob Bottin when Baker left to go work with Landis on American Werewolf in London.
Good call.
He chose wisely.
Yeah.
Bottin proved more than up to the task as the sequence that sees Creep Eddie Quist's transformation into the werewolf is the highlight of the film. I do remember the transformation in this movie. I need to watch these both again.
The first transformation in American Werewolf in London is like so well done.
Yep.
Like laying on the floor by the coffee table and his arms start pulling out.
Yes.
You see his head shake. Like
you can hear the bones cracking and shit. Yeah, it's fucking
great.
incredible.
But it's like in the middle of this comedy, and you're like, well, "What? Oh my god!"
Yeah, you don't see
good.
it coming when it does. Yeah.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I was gonna say because I love American Werewolf in London, but I love his dead friend that he killed.
Yeah,
haunting him. And there's a scene in the porn theater. They're sitting there, and he walks in there, and the scene in the porno is this, where the guy busts into a couple's bedroom, and he's like, "Hey, you're fucking my wife." She goes, "I've never seen you before, mister." And he goes, "All right," and walks out of the room. The whole scene.
And his friend's like, "Great movie."
Yeah. Alex said his StreamYard connection keeps cutting in and out.
Yeah,
so
it's pretty bad.
Yep, he's.
I appreciate how John Landis is one of those guys that will always go the extra mile for that one joke. Like you don't get a lot of that nowadays, you know.
And his friend keeps dropping the bedpans in the hospital, or the cop.
Yeah, dude,
dropping the bedpans. And it has nothing to do with anything.
No,
love it. I really love that movie.
Frank Oz, damn kids don't appreciate anything these days.
Yeah. I love that movie. Go check it out, definitely.
Yep, Alex is so. All right, thanks for joining us, Alex. Sorry about your connection, man. We will we'll talk soon, though, man. I'm sorry about that.
Keely Snaps is one of his favorite werewolf movies.
That one wasn't bad. I didn't mind that one.
I didn't see it.
I've saw it. It was not bad. It's like I said, one of my buddies that I was in the wrestling business with. It was like one of his favorite movies. That and Dog Soldiers, which we did a watch party for. Was that on my channel?
Yeah, that one's pretty fun. Dog Soldiers.
I can't remember which channel we did. Or was that the?
It was my channel.
Okay, that was a great. I really liked that one. I think that had a sequel too. I haven't seen the sequel though.
Keely Chow asked, "Did someone say lesbian werewolf women?" And I was like, yes, it's the Howling 3, My Sister's a Werewolf or something like that. Go check that out.
He said, Keely Chow right before that said, Werewolf Women of the SS needs to be an actual movie.
I think it
is. That's got to be on one of the hubs.
Is that the one of the fake trailers from Grindhouse?
I don't know. It might be.
I think that's what Keely Chow's talking about. I think that's one of the fake trailers that plays between the movies.
Okay.
I think Eli Roth did that one, I think. Could be wrong.
I don't know.
Keely Chow, let us know. Was that Eli Roth? Keely Chow?
Yeah, you're right, Sal. No, he said yes. Yep.
Okay.
All right. So next we got Possession, 1981. I have not seen this one. Let's see. I'm not even gonna Zulaski. I know that. 1981 wasn't all werewolves. Those Andrzej Zalaski's psychological horror remains as captivating as it is confusing. A strangely told narrative about an international spy and the intense relationship he has with his wife. It's a haunting dissection on the dissolution of a relationship and the strange love affair after the wife develops with a tentacle creature. Jesus Christ! Lead Sam. Sam Neill's in this. Oh, all right. What? I had no Sam. Mr. Jurassic Park himself's in this.
I'd say John Carpenter's Sam Neill.
I see, dude. John Carpenter's Vampire is one of my favorite John Carpenter movies.
Oh my, Adam, you still here?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay, Adam and I had a very long conversation after a Twilight Zone episode about John Carpenter movies, so I won't go down that road again. But Sam Neill's the fucking king, and which one is he in? Mouth of Madness.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mouth of Madness. You should take that and stamp it and just turn it into like a separate podcast and release that if we ever start talking about directors. Yeah.
We talked about him and John Frankenheimer quite a bit for like 25 minutes when Frank left.
Yeah. Frank forgot we had a show.
I feel bad. We recorded the other night and we're like, we need to get Adam back, but I'm like, we're recording right now. It would take him an hour to watch these 2 episodes. We can't do that to him. Oh.
Which episodes were those Twilight Zones?
They weren't good. Yeah, it was
Oh yeah.
Stopwatch one and then Night of a Jockey.
I hate to review anything unless I just like recently looked at it.
Tomorrow we're doing the doll, the talking doll one.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
So I could be on tomorrow night. Go ahead and watch that episode.
Sure.
All right. And sorry, go ahead.
No, you're fine, man. You're
Making
fine.
plans in the middle of your show.
Yeah, yeah. You know,
That's what I was doing.
hey, just go right ahead, derail. That's fine. You know.
Sorry.
I'm fucking with you, bro. It's all good, man.
I've never heard of this Possession movie.
No, I've
I
never
don't
heard.
until they mentioned it. That's the only thing I kind of hate about pop culture right now is everybody's dropping these lists, and it's like they're trying to outdo each other with like making some like obscure reference to something that a lot of people don't talk about. And I've noticed that with horror, like people with horror are very possessive of their lists and their preferences, and they really, like, more than any other genre, want to let you know what they like and they don't. I can't tell you how many people have just spat on me because I said something bad about Rob Zombie or whatever, and it's like, I don't fucking care.
Yeah, I think we're all kind of the same. Where what Alex was saying earlier, like just like what you like and don't like what you don't like. It's fine.
No,
like,
horror movies are like they're
I've never
really
seen
really angry about that. I refuse to belong to any horror groups as a result of it. Like I like horror, but not fanatical like some of these other people are about it.
I've heard of Possession, but I've never seen it. I'll definitely watch it. It's I mean, I like the other movies on this list, so why not? You know?
Yeah.
This is 1981, by the way, in this list.
This is another one, Evil Dead, right? There's a lot of fucking horror movies that year. Like
Evil Dead's good, but I prefer Evil Dead 2 because it's kind of a remake of the first one, but like better.
I like the original Evil Dead movie. It was cool. The second one was it Army of Darkness or whatever?
The third one was Army of Darkness.
Third was Army of Darkness.
Evil Dead 2, Dead by Dawn is fucking incredible. Yeah.
The reason it's not number one, it's not on the list, is because it's comedy. This is the first one's like an actual horror movie.
Yes, yeah, it's supposed to be scary.
Yeah, I saw the Evil Dead live show in Las Vegas.
Oh,
and
wow.
It was the most fucking obnoxious thing I've ever seen in my life. I left halfway through.
Wow.
People were screaming, and then they had chainsaws on stage. I'm like, this is too much when you're drunk at 2 in the morning in Las Vegas. No fucking thank you. I love Evil Dead, but no, can't do it.
Yeah, so like Army of Darkness is straight up comedy,
yeah.
Whereas Evil Dead 2 is kind of a mix of horror and comedy. Like the closest thing I could compare it to is that'd be like the Jason Part 6 of that series.
Okay.
Get what I'm saying? So it's scary, but it's got like a lot of humorous things in it.
It's like American Werewolf in London.
Yes, it belongs in that category.
Not
for
the same
sure.
kind of comedy. It's more over the top.
Right. It has a little bit of slapstick in it, but like with Army of Darkness, they went like balls up with the slapstick, you know.
I think Army of Darkness is the best out of the three. Maybe.
I haven't watched it so long.
You should rewatch them. The remake actually isn't that bad either. Evil Dead.
I watched the Evil Dead remake. That was a little too, even for me, I was like, oh, really? Like some of that shit is just like, I don't know. Like I know the first one was violent. Like I said, I haven't watched it in a while, but I know how violent it was. But yeah, man, there was just some of that shit in I was watching it going. Oh,
I found myself missing Bruce Campbell too much.
Yeah, but I like that when it was raining blood at the end. Yeah. I like that they went in a completely different direction, like we were talking about earlier. They didn't try to replicate the first one.
Yes.
At a certain point.
That's why a lot of people like it, I think, and I'll give it that much. At least it was genuinely trying to be a reimagining.
Oh, it definitely was a reimagining.
It just went off the road at a certain point, and I was like, "Oh, here we go." And then they're going to do this scene. I'm like, "Wait, what the fuck?" And she just went outside and like changing into something else. I'm like, "What the fuck are we?" Like,
and I think we're talking about the same scene too. And I'm not going to say anything if people that haven't seen it yet. I don't want to spoil it.
I'd say check it out.
Yeah,
keep expectations low, but it's one of the better remakes I've seen. Like Dawn of the Dead, we're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
It's good.
Yeah, this one, no, like I said, the remake, I don't dislike it. I mean, it was like ultra bloody, but I don't mind that, but sometimes it's a little, even for me, sometimes it's a little too much, but that one, like I said, it wasn't terrible. Now, this one is, I haven't seen, I know they remade it.
This movie's fucking great. I love
this movie is great. Yep.
I really do.
I won't watch the remake of this one just because.
I've seen it.
Was it disappointing?
I don't remember any of it. It's really forgettable. Yeah.
I like Bo Hooper's, the original one that we're talking about, but the remake, I love Sam. oh my god, Sam Rockwell. I love him.
Yeah,
but it's just not good. It's not a good remake. It's just boring, and they didn't stray too far away from the original, so it's just kind of like, why even make it? Because the whole first one still holds up.
Well, here's this movie again. Yeah.
I don't understand like shot for shot remakes and stuff like that. It's like the movie was that movie was really, really good. Like it didn't need a facelift.
The best way I can describe it, Pete, is what happens with those is a studio has the rights to a movie, and if they don't release it by a certain time, they'll lose the rights. So they'll try to get as much money as they can off of that franchise name before they lose the rights to it. That's how movies like Poltergeist get made.
I'm amazed there was not a Poltergeist TV series, like a Netflix, limited series.
Yeah,
it's ripe for the plucking at that point.
Well, there you go. Right. Gave an idea.
Yeah. This house is clean.
Caroline.
And I want Jim Carrey to do that role too. I want him to play that part. This house is clean.
What is it? Oh,
I have exorcised the demons.
He's on his knees.
Hail, Chris Wicks, man! Thank you for joining us, my brother. I saw another blue wrench pop up, so I want to say what's up, man. Thank you for being here, brother. Hope everything is well. Hope the family is good. Good to see you in the chat. Yeah, we're talking the top horror movies of the '80s right now. He says, he dropped in to say hello. Can't hang out. Catch the replay. All right, man. Well, thanks for stopping in, Chris. I appreciate it, brother. Slap that like button on the way out, my dude. And
I expect you to watch it later.
Yep. Catch on the replay. There'll be a quiz on the top horror movies of the 70s.
By the way, Pete, I got a really cool Blu-ray of this movie. It's got like a little booklet in it inside. It's got like all kinds of production stills and shit like that. I was really happy when I found that in the store.
Poltergeist?
Yes, Poltergeist. Nice. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Nice.
Yeah, it's really cool. Well, I could show it, but my room's a fucking sty right now, so I'm not going to turn the camera on.
People think this is a Spielberg movie, like he directed it. Like Gremlins, but
he was on the set, but they actually brought in Toby Hooper to actually do the directing. But yeah, he was like in the middle of something else, and he couldn't really direct this movie. But yeah, it's Toby Hooper.
It's weird because if you just ask people what's your name Spielberg movies, they're gonna say that.
Yeah, I think it's because when they were advertised. Remember how we were talking about like we grew up in the age of directors, and it's like if you put Spielberg's name on a movie back in the 80s, like people would go to see it.
Yeah,
even if he just had like a producer credit or an executive producer credit.
They did the same thing with Gremlins. It was like Steven Spielberg presents Gremlins and Back to the Future as well.
Yeah, God, I need to rewatch those. I have those on Blu-ray. The Gremlins movies. Those are the first one especially. But I had we were out at my mom's house and I have it's like a 18-inch tall what's his name, Stripe. The main the main bad gremlin, the kind of leader, and I've given my kid all like the Mogwai I have, and he's got one little Stripe, and he saw that big one, and he's like, "Dad, where's his arms?" I said, "Well, when Dad was your age, he got him, and I was afraid of him, so I ripped his arms off so he couldn't hurt me." And my mom still kept that. I said, "Throw this damn thing away, Mom."
Yeah, you need to keep that. Put it on a shelf behind you. You're talking about?
He's gone. I think he's toast. He's gone. Trey didn't like him, so I was like, he's out. But he's got the Mogwai. He's got like 4 or 5 of them in like different scales that I gave him.
Now this movie here, Pete, The Thing, 1982. This is my absolute #1 favorite horror movie. This movie scared the fuck out of me when I was a kid.
Yep, I watched it.
John Carpenter movie too.
I don't know if I can say that, Phoenix. It's up there. It's up there, but I can't say it's my absolute favorite Carpenter movie. No,
you kind of have to if you're going to say it's your #1 favorite horror movie.
Oh, but the thing is like
you kind of pigeonholed yourself there, dude.
Well, horror isn't like my #1 favorite genre, but like this
what
one,
other John Carpenter movie you love that isn't a horror movie?
Oh, Escape from New York.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was just thinking that.
Yeah.
People
Big Trouble in Little China. Yeah.
If they release Escape from New York, which I hear they're doing a remake now, if they release that in theaters nowadays, people would not be able to sit through that.
Probably not. No.
It's just him walking and walking
with a lot of really cool music in the background.
Yeah.
Let's say, hey, manliness and motivations in the chat. What's up, Wes? How you doing, brother? Good to see you, man. Thanks for stopping in. Let's see. Wait, Sal said The Possession starring Jeffrey Dean Morgan. It's wonderful. I will check that out because I am a big Jeffrey Dean Morgan fan because of The Walking Dead. I don't give a shit. I still.
Do you have a baseball bat in your garage with a bunch of barbed wire wrapped around it?
Nope, it's next to my bed, and even Trey knows that's even my 4-year-old knows that's my dirty girl. That's what he calls her because I told him that's Daddy's dirty girl. That's the same Louisville Slugger I used to carry to the ring with me, and I've hit a few people in the ribs with that. So, yep, that's right next to the bed. She's all taped up. The wife won't let me put the barbed wire on it and bring it in the house, so I haven't put the barbed wire on it yet, and I'm not joking about that.
Yeah, I don't know if I can do a favorite John Carpenter movie, man. I think you asked me that once before, and it's like I could give you like maybe 5, and I don't know if I could pick one over the other one. They're all like really special to me.
To me, it's either The Thing or Escape from New York.
Yeah, those are great.
I did see The Possession with Jeffrey Dean Morgan. It was better than I expected it to be. I expected just fucking terrible 2012, 13 horror movie. But it wasn't bad.
This movie here, though, it's so claustrophobic and fucking nerve-wracking. And I think when I first saw it, I was like probably 12 or 13. I watched it in the middle of summertime, in the middle of the afternoon, fully light outside, sun was up, and I had nightmares about this movie for weeks after I got done watching it.
If you have a kid and they ask you what paranoia means, just go and show them this movie.
Show them this, yeah.
That's all you need to do. And they'll go, I got it.
I really want to watch this again now. I haven't watched it. This is another one I haven't watched in a long time. Did they remake The Thing?
Unfortunately, it was kind of like one of those soft reboot bullshit movies. Like it's kind of a prequel, and it's completely forgettable.
Okay, so because I was looking at Franchise History TV, said The Thing makes me itchy. The Thing prequel made me throw up. I'm like, I haven't seen the new one. I've only seen the original one. I heard there was I thought I heard there was one out or coming out, but some of these I just kind of ignore because it's like if it's not like a direct sequel, it's that far. This came out in 1982.
Yeah, like Sal said, the Norwegian team that they're investigating at the beginning. The Thing also called The Thing because titles are hard, I guess. I don't know. It's about the Norwegian team.
So this movie begins with the dog, the German Shepherd running up on him, and then that movie ends with the dog.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So it's how that dog got from one station to the other.
Yep.
But it's all CGI bullshit. I guess they originally did practical effects and then scratched it and did CGI, and this looks terrible.
Huh.
I miss practical effects.
I really
this one here has some of the
all the CGI shit.
Some of the best horror practical effects I've ever seen in anything.
They had to do all different stuff in a row. That's
my god!
This is the heyday of practical effects. I love this movie.
Rob Bottin. Yeah, this is the same guy that did the effects for American Werewolf. So yeah,
Howling.
Or was it Howling? Okay.
Yep, I just remember the name from up on the list there because they mentioned him up there. So yeah, this is no. See, I want to get this on Blu-ray. I really do. This will be
you do.
This because we're getting ready to get a new TV here, so I'm getting I'm finally gonna get a 65-inch with all the shit, so I can have all my like smart, it'll be a smart TV, so I can have all my apps and everything on there. Finally, I'm kind of moving into this.
If you guys are into Blu-rays with commentaries, like I love the John Carpenter commentary because this guy just does not give a single fuck about what he says about anything. Like he tells you exactly what he's thinking.
That's what I want to hear. I don't want to hear canned bullshit.
No, he's really down to earth, and he's got a reputation for being extremely nice to his cast and crew. So nobody will ever talk anything bad about him. And when he does a commentary like with one of his cast members, they have a nice banter going on about things. And John Carpenter is just as interested in his guests as they are in him, being a director, like in the things that they're doing. So the commentary on this one with him and Kurt Russell is amazing.
Leo Red said, "What's the best 80s horror movie soundtrack?" I'll go ahead and answer that first. Like off the top of my head, without putting much thought into it or actually looking in depth, I would say for me, it would be Friday the 13th Part 6 because of all the Alice Cooper on it.
Yeah.
Or God, one of the Nightmare on Elm Street movies had a pretty cool soundtrack. I want to say it was it Dream Warriors? Was that part?
Yeah.
Probably.
Dokken?
That's the good one.
That's part 3, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah,
that's a pretty good series of movies.
That's the one with the puppet strings.
Spoiler, we got that coming up here.
Yep. Yeah, I was gonna say that's kind of a segue right there into bam, A Nightmare on Elm Street from 1984.
Real quick, I would just say Escape from New York. That's I like the music. I don't like when they have songs from someone else on the soundtrack.
Okay.
And Carpenter did his own music, and he made every one of his movies sound uniquely different too, and that's what I like about it.
But Escape from New York is definitely, I think, one of his best ones.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But
Sorry,
go ahead.
No, that damn the theme from the original Halloween movie. Like my son is obsessed with theme songs from horror movies. So like when school was still in session, yep, dude, he would be like, I was like, what do we we get in the car, or the truck, and you get him in his car seat. Dad, can I have your phone? What are we listening to? I want to listen to Michael Myers, and he knows how to use the voice thing on YouTube. So he'll just say Michael Myers music, and up pops all the theme songs, and he'll go from that into Friday the 13th and Nightmare on Elm Street and Chucky. Oh, he knows all the damn theme songs by the villain's name now, which is freaking great. So, but he actually, and to his credit, I don't know if this is good or bad parenting on my part. I got him to sit through Friday the 13th part 5 and 6 last Halloween with me in their entirety, and he was not even a little bit scared. I'm like, that's my boy, and he's watched Halloween part 4 with me, so I'm breaking him into the horror movies early, man.
Yeah, that's a good thing to do. And much to that, I like when the soundtrack is simple. I like simple music playing over stuff.
Yeah.
Then they can do like different layers on it when things are building, or if there's two characters that have their own theme song, they can play them together. John Carpenter does a lot of that. And I go back to Haunting of Hill House, where they have the most simple theme, and it starts playing, and you're like, oh, here we go. Like, I get excited every time I hear it.
Leo Red had a good one right there too. He said The Lost Boys, and I completely forgot about that one.
Yeah, that's a great one.
Lost Boys had a great soundtrack, and Return of the Living Dead too. Oh my God, those were fun. The Return of the Living Dead and Night of the Living Dead movies, those were great. I love them.
Neither one of them on the list.
No, they're not. God, those were good though. Let's see. So Nightmare on Elm Street, 1984. It's hard to believe, looking back, that Wes Craven had a difficult time finding a studio willing to produce this now classic film. Studio after studio rejected his pitch, save for Walt Disney Productions, who was willing to produce if Craven toned down the content for younger audience. Fledgling company New Line Cinema accepted, but they were so new at making films that the completion of A Nightmare on Elm Street wasn't without struggle. The rest is history. New Line Cinema lovingly dubbed themselves the house that Freddy built. And the film spawned 7 sequels, a reboot, which was freaking horrible, a television series, Freddy's Nightmares, which was fun in its own right, and in-depth documentaries and novels, and a ton of merchandise. And it's funny because like my son has a Freddy glove that I had as a kid for my Halloween costume in his room, which he plays with all the time, which I think is awesome.
I used to have that. I wish I would have saved it.
Yep, I've still. My mom was a hoarder, so I have like damn near everything. Like, oh yeah, he puts. It's funny because he'll put his hockey mask on, and he's got a little big ass plastic meat cleaver, and he puts the Freddy glove on. And he chases me around the house.
Yeah, I went as 1 year as Freddy, and the next year I was Jason.
Yep,
both of those.
Yep.
Salvador wrote Lost Boys had Muscle Saxophone Man.
Yep, that was my mom's favorite part in that movie. I'll never forget that her and my female cousins watching that movie swooning.
I still believe.
Yep, playing that saxophone at the beginning of that damn movie. But
back when Kiefer was still on the juice.
Yep.
God.
Here's a great one right here, man. Fright Night, 1985.
Yeah.
This movie's fucking awesome.
You're so fucking cool, Brewster.
Remember when we watched the Class of 1999? It felt a lot like Fright Night.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was clearly ripping it off.
In spots, yeah.
Yep.
When they broke into the teacher's house and started going through their stuff.
Now, this one here has a remake that I kind of like. I kind of like it. I don't like it as much as this, but I still think it's pretty good for what it was trying to do.
Wasn't what's his name, Colin Farrell in that?
Colin Farrell, yeah, and
it's gonna be a hard pass, Bob.
Anton Yelchin was the.
I missed that guy.
Mm-hmm.
He was one of my favorite actors.
And they reimagined Peter Vincent as a David Copperfield type, Chris Angel type character from Las Vegas. And it was what's his name from Doctor Who, David Tennant.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I love
he's
the
a-
part where Colin Farrell's trying to get in the house, but they won't invite him in. Anthony Yelchin won't invite him in, so he just burns the house down.
Yep, just like matter of factly does it.
That's a good way to get around that.
Yeah.
And I like how they had him, like, rather than be like the sexy, cool guy that he was in the original, they kind of had him like a real blue collar type of dude. You know, like he had a regular straight job, and he just happens to be a vampire, by the way.
Looks like a Harley driver.
He works nights, like he literally works nights.
I just liked it. Amanda Burse was Brewster's girlfriend in that movie. You know, Marcy Darcy.
Yep, from
Married with Children.
Yep.
The sequel to the remake has the girl from Dexter, who I fucking hated.
I haven't seen that one.
It's bad. It's bad.
I believe you.
I didn't. I never watched the sequel either.
It is terrible. But the sequel to the original Fright Night's okay, but this original from '85 is. I mean, look at that. It still holds up.
Yep. This movie's great. I love it. Written and directed by Tom Holland. He wasn't even born then. Mr. Stark, I'm making a vampire movie, Mr. Stark.
He's in great shape now. Have you seen him?
Yeah, dude. That fucking handstand gimmick they're doing there, fuck that. I'd break my goddamn neck trying to do that.
Tom Holland did a lot of the Tales from the Crypt episodes.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. So, we're going to do that. I asked both you guys if you want to do that.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
Looking forward to that show. I haven't seen it since the 90s. So
no, me either. It's been forever since I've watched that.
So all three of us haven't watched it in quite a while. So this will be interesting.
My favorite episode of that is the one with Katie Seagal and the one guy from Seinfeld that played Mike, the one that Jerry slammed his hands in the trunk. He got locked in the trunk. He smashes her over the head with a guitar he got from Pete Townsend. I can't remember the name of the episode. But
the weird thing about Katie Seagal is her dad was a director. He did some Twilight Zone episodes, and he did a bunch of like helicopter movies in the 70s. And then he just walked in front of a helicopter blade talking to someone and cut his head off.
Oh my God. I did not know that.
That's how he died.
I didn't either.
Yeah. It's brutal.
Did either of you guys
back connection with helicopters, because when they did the movie, helicopter killed Vic Morrow and two like Vietnamese actors.
Yeah. Twilight Zone, the movie. I love that movie. Oh my God. I've watched that so many times as a kid.
We talked about that quite a bit too, didn't we?
Yeah. We had a bunch of weird shit going on, like a bunch of coincidences with helicopters. It's bizarre, but sorry.
Katie, I was just going to say Katie Seagal had a really good part in Sons of Anarchy, which I enjoyed that series quite a bit. And her role was really good. She was like the mother of the main character in the movie.
Charlie Hunnam's mom in that.
Yeah,
right?
she's quite scandalous in that movie.
Yeah, see, I never got into that,
but I liked her.
Yeah.
Let's see. We'll go next.
This one here is probably the best of the Lovecraft movies.
Reanimator, 1985. I don't remember the original one, but I remember the second Reanimator movie.
The Bride of Reanimator?
Was that what it was called?
Well, this one has more nudity in it, so you want to watch this one instead.
Okay, I just remember watching it. It was like the second Reanimator. It was Reanimator 2 or whatever. I don't know, but I haven't seen this one in forever. I don't think I've ever seen it.
No, this one's brilliant. There's a Criterion Collection version of this that I need to get my greasy hands on. Oh, Reanimator?
It's good. Yeah, as an adult, I'm like, all right, they're not taking it seriously.
Yeah.
You know, when you're a kid, you watch a movie, you don't quite understand it, and you're not seeing with the tone that they're going for.
That was Phantasm for me. I couldn't. I'm like, this movie's too fucking weird. Now that I watch now, I'm like, I like it because it's weird.
Yeah. So that's this for me, where I watch it as an adult. I go, okay, that's what they're doing. I get it.
Especially once you really get you either get Lovecraft or you don't, and then once you get it, you're like, I understand now. Yeah.
I get a lot of clips in this movie too because his name is Herbert West. So I just recorded anything where he says something, Mr. West. Let's grab that.
So that's where those come from.
Yeah.
Let's see what else we got here. Oh, The Fly, 1986. Now this one I remember. This freaked me out as a kid because I watched it when it first came out on like Viewer's Choice pay-per-view with my mom, and then we went back and watched the original one. Is that a Hitchcock movie, the original one?
No.
Vincent Price. I don't remember who directed it.
That's right. That's right, because Vincent Price is sitting on the park bench at the end of the movie when the little dude's getting in. Help me! Yep.
It's not terrible. It's just or the from '86. I like
The
it.
original was 1958 and directed by Kurt Newman.
Yeah.
Hello, Newman.
I just saw that guy on Narcos season 3, and I'm like, oh, it's Newman.
Wayne Knight. He lost a shitload of weight.
He did. He looks better than he did in the early '90s on Seinfeld.
Oh yeah, dude. He got skinny again. I was like, good for you, man.
He's got a gray beard. It looks great. Man looks great.
Good for him.
Yeah, it was nice to see him. My girlfriend had no idea who I was talking about.
I use a lot of Seinfeld clips in my videos, and yeah. He's one of my favorite fucking ancillary characters on that show.
Publishers Clearinghouse.
Let's see. So we got there. Oh, Henry, Portrait of a Serial Killer. Michael Rooker, my man Merle Dixon from The Walking Dead.
Have you seen this one? This movie's fucking great.
I have not seen this.
It's really good. It's really good. It's on Shudder, and I first saw it on Joe Bob Briggs' last drive-in, and I loved every fucking minute of it. It's really subtle, yeah, and that's kind of what I like. It's like
he's pulling up the head in that picture.
Well, that scene right there is like half a second long, and they just happened to screenshot it. Yeah, it's kind of like when you first saw Silence of the Lambs and you didn't know what was going to happen next. That's kind of what I like about this one.
The director did that Wild Things movie from the '90s.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Well, speaking of, I only may bring it up because I want to go full circle with my Kevin Bacon penis thing. Kevin Bacon drops dong in that movie.
In this one?
No, in Wild Things. He gets out of the shower.
Yep. You talking about the one with Denise Richards and Nev Campbell, right?
Yeah, the three-way with Matt Dillon.
Yep.
Yeah.
Matt Dillon, who was also in the 1988 Blob.
Oh, that's next. Oh, it's not next. It's one after next.
It's coming up, though. So Hellraiser is next, which fucking A, this movie's amazing.
Yep.
I fucking love this movie. Like I said, I don't know all the mythos of the characters and everything. Like Sal is a huge Hellraiser guy too. I just love this movie. We watched this on my channel last Halloween. We did Horror at the Unicorn Store. I made everybody sit through Unicorn Store by Brie Larson, and then to cleanse our palates of that trash, we watched this, which
it worked. It helped. I was in a much better mood after I watched this.
Should we talk about the other thing on your list you want to talk about right now? Because it seems fitting.
Yeah, we can, absolutely. That they are doing a remake. I'm going to pull this article up of Hellraiser, which I am
vehemently opposed to.
Yeah, I'm not the.
Yeah, I don't want that. I don't want that.
I don't know why this needs. You don't need to do this. You really don't. And Bloody Disgusting should be paying me tonight for all the fucking screen shares.
Oh, definitely.
They should be giving me something.
The other way around, maybe.
Probably.
Theirs.
Yeah, but no.
I hate Hellraiser. I hate it.
Really?
I absolutely despise the movie. I like the sequel, some of them, but I don't like the original. I find it's way too fucking boring.
Huh.
He sits in a room. He doesn't leave the room.
See, to me, it's like everything that takes place, though. You know, it's like there's so much going on that I don't know, man.
So,
okay,
it's another one of those ones where when I first saw it when I was a kid, it was like really strange and weird to me, and then as I got older, that's like why I like it.
See, I liked it as a kid and hated it as an adult when I
I'm the exact opposite.
Yeah, weird.
As a kid, it just scared me.
Great, because I'm clearly wrong in this. Everyone loves it. I just can't stand it. It's fun. I'm like, leave the room, dude. Do something. Because the prequels, you have like the guy on the picture you're looking at here, like one of the Cenobites has CDs in his head, and he throws it.
That's part 3. Part 2 is really good too.
World, or Hell on Earth, or something like that.
Yeah. Part 3 is the one that takes place in the casino.
Yeah. Part 3 is when it started getting a little on the campy side.
I like that campy. It fit better for me.
2 was good too, man. I liked part 2, but yeah, once 3, and then the one where they were like in the video game or whatever.
Oh, Hell World.
Yeah, I was like, oh man.
I like Inferno. Inferno's good.
Never seen it. The only thing that saved the video game one for me was Lance Henriksen was in it, and if you're a fucking any kind of horror sci-fi fan, you know who Lance Henriksen is, and yeah, he could make anything palatable, and he was kind of the villain in that one, you know. Outside of the Cenobites, but yeah, he was. I like Lance Henriksen, man. I really do. He was great. Was that Pumpkinhead? which is an underrated fucking classic. Not like any of the sequels. The sequels were all trash, but the first one was really cool.
Yeah, first one's fun. I watched it as a kid, and we had a ball watching it. But Hellraiser Inferno is like a weird detective story where he ends up like, it's called Inferno, and it's like the hell is in his own mind, and he's creating this weird story. And I thought it was actually well written for a change. And I was like, oh, that's interesting. It's not great, but it was interesting. But have you seen the newer ones they made with a different actor? Like they made with someone else, like Revelations and Judgment from 2011.
After they went to space and Alan Smithy directed that one, I was done.
Yeah. Number 4 was Bloodline. That's where they went to space.
Yeah. After space, I was done with it. I'm like, nope, I'm done with this one. I'm out.
Yeah.
Catch me outside.
Hell World from 2005.
Oh, yep.
I haven't pulled up right here.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the online version.
Yeah, that was like a sci-fi movie too. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, they did 2 in the same year. Deader, Hell World.
They're like porn.
Oh yeah. Well, they cranked these fucking straight. One of the biggest curses and could be a great thing is back in the VHS days and then eventually on the DVD days and straight to VOD was the horror sequels that were cheap and quickly put together and thrown out there for the world to watch.
Yeah,
some of them are real fun to watch. Some of them are like horror sequels.
Sometimes they weren't even designed to be sequels. They would just throw it like Troll 2.
Yeah,
they changed the name earlier too. They just throw out whatever they want, put a recognizable label on it, and like that one I'm talking about, Hellraiser Inferno. It really had, you could tell it had nothing to do with Pinhead. They just kind of threw him in there.
And that's exactly what Sal just said. He said 3 out of the 8 movies aren't even Hellraiser movies. The studio shoehorned Pinhead into them to make them marketable. But he said Bloodline is one of his favorites. So
oh my god,
I have not seen that one. Like I said, I didn't watch. I watched the first, second, and third, and I just haven't watched any of them.
Well, you know what they say, Pete. Once you go to space, man, that's pretty much that's it. You're done.
Hey, Jason went to space too. So.
Yeah, he did.
Let's see.
They keep trying to resurrect those two, man.
Wait for XXX. Wait for it.
David Bruckner is going to be redoing the remake of Hellraiser, which will have a screenplay by Ben Collins and Luke Piotrowski. Collins and Piotrowski were behind the VHF spinoff Siren, as well as phenomenal coming-of-age thriller Super Dark Times. The duo also scripted Sisters of Sam Hain, Bloody and Fangoria's forthcoming collaboration directed by Siren's Greg Bishop. David Goyer is one of the producers of Night House.
Batman guy?
I think so.
David Goyer writes everything. He's the only guy that writes any scripts anymore.
Phantom 4 banner alongside Keith Levine. Hellraiser was written and directed by Clive Barker, adapting his own novella Hellbound Heart. As explained by The Hollywood Reporter, the 1987 movie introduced audiences to the puzzle box that opens a gateway to a horrific world and unleashes Cenobites, which are fucking awesome.
Yeah, I do like those VHS movies. Those are pretty cool. But I'm a sucker for those. They're anthology horror movies. That's all it is.
I despise them.
They're kind of found footage type deals though, so it depends on how you feel about those. They're not terrible.
How many do they have in a movie? Like 6, 7, 8 chapters?
VHS? I think there's like 3 of those.
No, I mean in each movie, how many stories are there? Like 6,
like 3. Yeah, like 3.
Oh, but a couple of them I like. I think
maybe 3 or 4. Yeah, but yeah, some of them are pretty good. Some of them are better than others. Obviously,
the one I liked was where they're on the bikes rides in the woods and they're trying to like film with the GoPro and then the zombies show up. That one's fun.
I just enjoy anthology horror movies.
I want to, but usually I hate them. Like ABCs of Death is just fucking atrocious.
See, I liked the Creep Show movies. I want to get back here. Sal's got a couple comments. He said the space stuff is forgettable, but they delve into the history of the lament configuration, which that's cool. I said, fun fact, in the book, Pinhead was a woman, and that I did not know either.
I can't stand Clive Barker, so I'll never read that. But
the thing I'm worried about with this is with the Hellraiser movies, at least for me, I don't want too much backstory on these guys. Because a lot of what's cool about it is the mystery and not knowing where these people came from and what their motivations are. And I have a feeling that since it's new, they'll want to fill in all the blanks, like what Rob Zombie did with the whole Michael Myers backstory that nobody needed. And
the 30-second intro to the first one was fine. That's all you needed.
Right. That was enough.
The movie Cube. You remember that movie from the 90s?
Yeah, no.
Mm-mm.
They're all locked in a big room, and then you find out that there's rooms on every side of a room, and they're stuck in these cubes. And if they go into different ones, they have death traps in them. It was a cheap little movie in '97. It was great.
Is that where Saw got the idea from?
Probably.
It sounds like fucking like the precursor to Saw.
Yeah.
I don't like the fact that a lot of people nowadays, they just want to have everything explained. They don't want any aura of mystery to anything.
That kind of combines the last two things I was talking about, which is what you were saying, Adam, where you don't want to know. In Cube, you never find out what the fuck, why they're in this weird ass room, who built it. And then the sequels, which are direct to DVD, and which I'm saying they fucking always ruin the original.
Yeah.
They go in and explain everything, and it's stupid. And you're like, I don't want to know. Why do I have to know this? So when you say there's a new Hellraiser being made, I kind of go, it doesn't matter at some point, because they made so many of them direct to DVD or direct to video on demand.
Yeah.
It doesn't really matter at this point if they remake it. It's already a tarnished legacy, honestly. Like there's one.
It's almost doomed for failure if you think about it.
Yeah. And honestly, like I really enjoy the originals. So if the new one fails, then I don't care.
Exactly.
I don't.
Imagine if it was just the first one or two, and then they remade it, and you're like, oh, don't ruin, like, you know what I mean?
Yep.
But they already ruined it anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Okay, wait. Sal, see, he says, he's from the opposite school. He said, I do want to know because the Cenobites are an interesting part, so I want to know as much as possible about them. I just don't want them to fuck up I just don't want them to fuck anything up with it, But like you said, there's so many of them now, it's kind of like diluted. But I guess it could be done right. We're just so used to getting these reboots and remakes that are just,
right.
They come out.
They want to fill in all the blanks because it's lazy writing, and I just feel like a lot of these complicated, convoluted backstories, they demystify everything. They take all the mystery out of it.
I wouldn't mind if it was, like I said, if it was some backstory and it was done right and it wasn't, just pandering. Okay, cool. But yeah, I don't want like Star Wars level fucking, I just no. But
Sal, did you see Inferno? And then the other thing I just laughed at was Keely Chow. I miss the good old days when it was the Sci-Fi Channel, not Syfy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah.
I didn't know it changed.
It absolutely is true.
But I watched it and I turned the Sci-Fi Channel and something was on. I was like, wait, what's the fuck is this? Is this the same channel? I had no idea.
Yeah.
Now it's just Asylum's dumping ground.
There's a lot of weird shit on there, but every now and then they'll have
Asylum.
they'll have a decent movie on, but yeah, for the most part, it's just like
That's where I used to watch The Adventures of Hercules and Xena.
Yep.
Like that's how they showed it in the 90s.
They just had a Xena marathon on the other day.
And my favorite show that I have a bunch of tattoos of, Mystery Science Theater.
Yay!
They were on there for a while.
Yep.
Did you like Inferno, Keely Chow? I'm just curious. I want to hear someone else's opinion on this.
I don't know if my chat went on the phone here. Wait, Sal says, he says, what's Keely Chow said, yes, he does, I think. And Sal said, I own
it. Second part, is Alan Smithy your favorite director?
Wait, he says, Sal said, I own all of them and have seen them multiple times and read the books. The comics are next. Keep in mind the different medias conflict with each other. Okay, so so Sal's got this. He's got this down. Back in 2006, they showed reruns of Dark Angel. Keely Chow, I swear to God, if I win a lottery, I'm going to hook you up with Jessica Alba. It'll probably take about 10 grand at this point. I got you, man. I got you, bro. Let's see.
He said yes to Hercules and Xena.
the only one I genuinely don't like is Hell on Earth,
which I like. It's the one with the CDs in the head. It's schlocky, but I like that.
We rented that because that came out. Oh God, was it 92? 92. We rented that for like one of my birthdays. I had a bunch of friends over. We ended up watching that shit, and I remember because it was like we were sneaking beers and shit like that. We were watching, laughing at that because that casino scene just gets like out of hand, like that. But it's funny. A lot of the death sequences in that are freaking hilarious because they're so over the top.
That series reminds me of a less fun version of the Leprechaun series.
It's kind of true.
Where they're like, oh, just throw them anywhere.
Another series where they go to space eventually.
The fourth movie in both series, they go to fucking space.
Yep.
Like clockwork.
And there's a casino movie, and I think it's Leprechaun 3 is also a casino movie.
Was that which one was Lep in the Hood? Was that part 5?
That's part 5 and 6.
Oh, that's right. Because he went back to the hood, didn't he?
Back to the hood.
Back to the hood. That's right. He had to put the 2 in there to make sure we knew it was a hood movie.
But now, also, just like Hellraiser, we're saying they're similar. There's 2 new ones that do not feature Warwick Davis. So it's just like Leprechaun Origins and Leprechaun Who Gives a Shit. And so both series ruin their own name by having it. So if they reboot Leprechaun, I'm not going to care. Like, you already ruined it.
Oh, what do you say? Oh, look at this one. Sal said, once upon a time, Hellraiser Deader and Hellraiser Hellworld used to fetch $80 on DVD. This has since changed, of course, but they used to be the grails in my collection. Nice. That's crazy that they were that much on DVD. God damn.
Isn't it weird that no matter how shitty a movie series is, I still want to own all of them?
It's because once you own one, you have to. You have to.
There's usually 2 in the series you like, and you're like, I have 1 and 4. All right, well, now I need the rest because this is bugging me.
I got the Nightmare on Elm Street, the whole set for like $20, like the Blu-ray set, and it doesn't have the remake in it, which I've not seen because everybody tells me not to watch it.
It's horrible.
I trust you. But it ended with Wes Craven's New Nightmare, which I think is fucking brilliant.
Yeah.
That movie is great.
That's the best one.
I went to the theater and watched that. That was great.
I love that movie. It's so much fun.
But that's out of all the series, like the big horror series, though, that one's pretty solid because they're all pretty entertaining. Like even the worst one is not that terrible.
After the third and on didn't take itself seriously.
No.
So it's fun. And like fucking had Roseanne Barr and Tom Arnold in one.
So then when you had Wes Craven's New Nightmare, it was a nice reset. It was a refreshing reset, and it was really meta, and that's what I liked about it.
First and the last.
Yeah. Yep.
I love that.
Come on, you guys like Jason Takes Manhattan. You know it. Don't lie to me.
I was going to bring that up earlier.
The theme song for Jason Takes Manhattan is the best part of the movie.
I've got that whole Friday the 13th set. My cousin or my brother-in-law bought me that for Christmas. I've got them all in except for Jason X. That's only I don't have Jason X and Freddy vs. Jason, but yeah, those damn things are it's awesome. Xena Rise.
Freddy vs. Jason was a lot better than I thought it would be. I kind of
that was in there.
I kind of liked it. Yeah,
I like it too. I was telling the theater twice.
Yeah, it was good. I didn't expect it to be that good. It's like they really gave a shit. I'm like, I was not expecting them to give a shit in this one.
That's kind of what I was saying. Is when you do the first ones and they work and they're fine. When they do the schlocky ones like Hellraiser Hell on Earth #3, it's fun. It's fun. Leprechaun 3. It's the casino one or the Las Vegas one.
Yeah.
It's fun. It's not supposed to be fun, like serious. Child's Play has a couple of those, which is next on the list.
Yep.
It has a couple of those movies where you're like, this is so much fun. Like #3 is the military school, and you like swap to paintballs with real bullets.
Yep.
That's fun.
Oh, go ahead.
No, and then after that they go schlocky, like the Bride of Chucky and Seed of Chucky. And I haven't seen those, but
no, me either. The military school, and I did want to point out though, my favorite scene in that whole movie is when he jumps out from under the table and just yells at that general. He has a heart attack, and Chucky just stands there and goes, "You gotta be fucking kidding me!" And he just falls on that model and he just dies. He's like, "You gotta be fucking kidding me!" Like, really? That's all? I didn't even get to kill this guy. Just scared him and he died.
I just watched that movie like a week or two ago. It's fun.
Oh,
it's a stupid premise, but they know it. And that movie's not a comedy either, but it takes itself, lighthearted for those scenes. Like exactly what you just mentioned, actually. Brad Dourif, I love. And speaking of whom, we just talked about Exorcist 3. Brad Dourif, Exorcist 3, and he's fucking awesome.
He is. There's an alternate reality somewhere, Phoenix, where he would have been Joker in the Tim Burton Batman movie, and that would have been amazing.
He's an amazing actor, and nobody ever talks about him. Nobody knows his name.
No. He did an X-File episode, and he's just acting his face off in that one. And
which one's that?
It's the one where he can predict crimes before they happen. He's like he's sentenced to death row, and he can predict crimes before they happen.
Is that like season 3, 4?
I think it's season 3. I'd have to go back and double check. I have the Blu-ray set, but
I remember something like that.
But yeah, he was really good on that. Yeah, it's mostly the scenes, the movie, that episode's mostly just him acting. It's great.
Season 1? Are you?
No, it wasn't season 1. It's either 2 or 3.
I'll
have to double check.
I'll trust Keely Chow though, but I love that he. It's awesome that Xena rides with El Rey. #ride with El Rey. Are you here?
Yeah, I'm back.
Okay.
There's two of me. I need to remove.
Yeah, I saw that. Kick the other one.
From the stream there.
Doppelganger hanging out.
The episode's called Beyond the Sea. And
What episode? What season?
I'm looking.
I'm assuming Keely Chow looked into it, but
let's see. I want to go back. I want to finish up that other one.
We're talking about how great Brad Dourif is.
Yes.
Oh God, yeah.
That guy's great.
Oh fuck, dude, his oh God, that was the I can say this. He was the only good thing about I really liked about the Rob Zombie Halloween movies was him as the sheriff. Just because I like Brad Dourif, I really do.
I forgot about that actually, but yeah, you're right.
Yeah, and Danielle Harris came back, and she was the girl's like best friend.
And Scout Taylor Compton did such a great job as Girl.
She did.
I've looked into her in the last few movies that came out. I'm like, oh, she's just doing the same thing she did in Halloween. She's just Girl.
Yeah.
Girl that shows up to get scared and possibly murdered.
Yep.
She has no career. It's the same exact thing she's been doing for 15 years now. She's
like Judy Greer. She's always the just a supporting actress there.
Yeah, but at least Judy Greer is Archer.
Yeah, true that.
Great in Archer.
And that's the thing. I was like, Judy Greer. I like her level of her aesthetics are a little bit underrated. She's not hot, but she's like one of those ones. She's like she can look really good in certain roles, I think. But
you can see yourself being married to her and quite happy.
Yeah,
it's Phoenix. It's season 1, episode 13. Beyond the Sea.
That was right.
You're right. January 7th, 1994.
I didn't realize it was season 1, but damn.
I didn't either. I forgot that seasons used to be so long back then.
24 episodes. But I watched. I always go. I want to sit down and watch X-Files all the way through, and I watch season 1, and I get like partway through season 2, and I forget about it. I have to restart. So that's why I remember that.
I have the same problem. I have it on Blu-ray. I'm like, I'm going to watch all these, then I'll get sidetracked. I'm like, oh, well, I guess I'm not finishing that then.
Great show. It's a lot.
I was watching them on BBC.
Yeah, imagine that 24 separate episodes in one season of television.
Yep.
We were so spoiled back then.
Dude, that show's greatness. Let's see.
And then they have 2 extra ones that are later on.
Yep. I didn't. The movies. The first movie was good. The second movie was kind of but it was still all right. It wasn't dreadful, but it was kind of forced. The first season they came back and redid on Fox was really good. The second season, I still haven't seen like the last 3 or 4 episodes of the second season of kind of like the relaunch.
I liked them.
I didn't mind them at all. No, I enjoyed them.
There was a couple of really good ones in there on that last season.
I didn't watch the last season of the original show, and I was like, where did he go?
Season 10? Yeah.
Season 10, but he left in like season 8, right?
Yes.
I don't remember why.
Yeah. That's when it kind of started to lose me when I was originally watching it.
Patrick.
Yeah, I was going to say because they replaced him with Robert Patrick, who is a damn good replacement.
That show was a lot more character driven than they gave it credit for. And when those characters left, I was like, well, I don't think you should do this. I mean, the stories were still good, but it's like they're not there and you miss them.
Agent Doggett, that was his name.
Yeah. Doggett and Reyes.
Yep. So we'll go back to the list here, just kind of wrap this up as the end of the show here. Child's Play 1988.
We talked about.
Yep, that's a fucking kick-ass movie. Now we referenced this one earlier because of Matt Dillon, The Blob, 1988, which is a really, really good underrated movie. I mean, I'm glad it's on this list because you really don't hear that many people talk about it.
I was just going to ask, is this the Shawnee Smith version? But then I read the paragraph there, and they mention her.
Shawnee Smith, God, there's a name we haven't heard in a while.
I saw Armageddon, she's in a quick scene, and I go, that is the hottest woman in the world.
Yes.
And then I found out who it was, and she's also in The Stand.
Yep.
And I love The Stand. It's so underrated.
The first time I ever saw her was on Becker.
Yeah.
She used to be on Becker. And then she was in Saw, which she played like the ex-junkie in Saw. Yeah, but yeah, dude, she was absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, she was something. And I wouldn't say she's hot, but I was like, holy shit. Like, she's unique looking. I can't name another person that looks like her.
No, she just had that look. It was like, wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see here. What else we got? Okay, so
been so long.
This one's this was the screenplay is written by Frank Darabont, who he did The Mist and The Walking Dead, which The Mist has a lot of the actors from The Walking Dead in it.
And Shawshank Redemption. Come on, movie.
Yeah.
Sight.
The best line from the Blob 1988 is that little kid. He says, "We're gonna go see Sorority Massacre Part 7. Don't worry, there's no nudity in it or anything." And that kind of hit close to home for me because I was allowed to watch the most violent, fucking awful movies there were. But if there was a boob in it, nope, couldn't watch it.
See, Society 1989. I have not seen this.
I just saw Keely Chair wrote Fatty Magoo in the list there. We're talking about Pam Grier because she's on It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. She plays Fatty Magoo on that.
Oh, okay. See, I don't watch It's Always Sunny anymore.
It's fucking amazing. I love that show.
I have not seen that in probably since season 2, I think.
What?
Yeah.
You missed all the good stuff.
I know, man. I know everybody gets on me for not watching it, but yeah, I have not watched that show since season 2.
Season 2 is when they introduced Frank, Danny DeVito's character.
Yep.
You gotta watch it, man. You'll love it.
Go back and watch that one. This one, Society. Who is that? Sean Young? Is it just me, or does that look like Sean Young?
Hard to tell.
I've seen this movie. It's bizarre as fuck. It's worth looking at, though. You'll never see anything like this one again.
Is that the one where she's in the shower and her tits are facing the other way?
Uh-huh.
I've seen bits and pieces. I've never seen the full movie.
It's got a really interesting take on an orgy.
Oh, this is the movie that Jay on always says don't when you watch it. So I don't want to hear about it.
Yep, this is the one. Yeah.
Okay, you're right. Yeah.
All right. And let's see. This one's Santa Sangre, 1989.
This is the only movie out of both lists I've never heard of.
I've never heard of this one.
This is their hipster one to add on the list, right?
You must be.
I see the Jodorowsky name on it, so that must be hipster.
Yep, Alejandro.
Jodorowsky is the one that started making Dune in the beginning before they fired him and replaced him with
that guy. He's really big into the fucking Salvador Dali and the surrealism and shit.
All right.
Yeah.
Yes, I've never heard of this one.
Neither have I, but I'll watch it.
Let's see. The rest is, it says, has already established a visionary is well versed in surreal imagery, but this marked the first time he applied it to horror. The rest is visually insane avant-garde horror about a man born and raised in a circus that later escapes from a mental hospital and joins his armless mother to enact brutal murders as her arms. If that sounds strange, well, the end result is even stranger. It's visually arresting, bizarre, and gripping in a way only Jodorowsky could deliver. Doesn't sound too bad then, I guess. But
they made a documentary about his attempt to make Dune.
Yeah,
Jodorowsky's Dune.
I saw that documentary.
I didn't see the whole thing. I watched part of it. Got kind of bored.
It's an interesting documentary, but that guy is fucking Looney Tunes, big time.
I like the Richard Stanley documentary.
Yeah, that one's a little bit better.
Make Island of Dr. Moreau, but Frankenheimer took over. We talked about that before because I love Frankenheimer. Severe hard on for that guy, but I like that one a lot, mostly because I was more invested. But
no, there are some good movies on that list. I was missing one of my favorite. I gotta look. I'm gonna look up real quick when it came out. Have you ever heard? It's called Blood Salvage.
Pete, I don't know if your microphone's even on.
Hello? Can you hear me?
I think it's recording on your computer.
Shouldn't be.
I can hear him. Yeah.
I can hear him, but it's not the microphone. Tap the mic. Nope.
Can you hear that? No. Hang on. Let me go to my mic settings here.
It might have been the entire time. I just realized it though once you went on camera.
Let's see.
And I saw who you're actually recording.
Oh wait, here. Yeah. God damn it.
There. How's that?
Much better. I'm so sorry I waited over 2 hours to say something, but
oh Jesus Christ. My settings was switched to it was recording from the camera.
Picking up from the webcam. I hate that shit.
I don't remember when you were on my show when I first and I realized you weren't on the actual mic. I realized that immediately. It's easier when you can see the person, but you just open the camera. I'm like, that is not your microphone. I thought you were away from your mic.
As soon as you stop the stream, Pete, I'll show you how to disable that so it never happens again.
I need to do that because that's happened to me when I was doing voiceover work and it sounds like I'm in an echo tunnel. I apologize, listeners. I am sorry that I dropped the ball.
Me too. I should have seen that.
I dropped the ball tonight, guys. God damn it.
I was like, why does Adam sound great, but Pete sounds terrible? But you guys have been talking. So we've been talking and I didn't think about it. I was like, that is not the microphone.
No, because I can't tell on my end, because I just hear myself come back in the headphones. So
You need to get a mixer. You can hear yourself too.
It's
I
a setting in
do.
StreamYard that he can hit to where that won't happen again. Because I used to have that same problem too when I started using this platform.
I would say, mixer. I literally plug in the mixer in the back of my computer, and my computer just goes, "Here you go," and I don't think about it. It's $400 for the mixer I got. Worth it.
I got my next is I've got to pick out. I've got the money now. I got my money set aside for my router. I got to buy a new router. I got to make sure I get one that's compatible with my cable though. So because somebody had sent me one that didn't work because it wasn't compatible, so it jacked my internet up for a whole day. So I've been kind of looking around and kind of wait until I can order one and not what. Oh God, here manliness. Wait, here it is right here.
Or that
Lorena Bobbitt. I'm sorry, I dropped the dog. Oh, Wes, we love you, dude.
Mike.
No, yeah, Sal. No, that wasn't. It's not. Yeah, I said that Mike was courtesy of Sal. Absolutely, man. Thank you for that. But no, that was me. I didn't adjust the settings correctly. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. I think back at every podcast now. I've listened back to them like, why the fuck does my voice sound like that? I never realized that it's the settings in StreamYard. Now, when I'm editing my videos, I always catch that. But yeah, that's on me, guys.
It's funny. The second you popped up, I'm like, that is not. Once I saw it,
Yep.
Visual.
Yeah.
I'm so mad I didn't mention it earlier now.
It's all good, man. It's all good. It happens. So that's pretty much we pretty much covered everything. The Black Panther stuff, no big deal. I don't care. Whatever. I'll do a video on that, real quick one.
I'll just say I don't care.
Yeah, I'm like right there with all like the Marvel. Like I still like there's some Marvel movies I want to see, but
Guardians 3.
Guardians. Yep.
After Guardians 3, I'll peace out and walk off into sweet by and by. And even that one I'm a little concerned about at this point.
I watched Thor. I liked Alex isn't here, so I'll say I like Taiki Watani. I like him. I do.
I'm kind of like I like what we do. I liked what we do in the shadows. The show. I haven't watched the movie. Like I watched a couple. I just haven't seen it. I watched a couple. I watched a couple episodes of the show. That's funny. I didn't.
Black Widow, yeah.
I didn't really like I said, I got sick of the fucking part of Ragnarok. I'm like, they made I don't know. There's a lot of it I didnn't like.
If we're gonna talk about Guardians, I don't want them to shove Thor into Guardians because the cast is fine the way it is and it's already big enough. I don't want him going in there and taking away from the rest of the cast. That's my biggest concern.
If you were to tell me that he was joining it without seeing anything from Endgame, I would agree with you. But watching their chemistry in Endgame, I'm on board. I watched this forever.
They're only gonna guest in in a couple segments in each other's movies. Like Thor 4, I really don't have much anticipation to see because they're making Lady Thor now, and I'm like, okay, you have all this Thor mythos, and you picked the Jason Aaron's run from 6 years ago. You could actually win some with a better story than that, And this movie's gonna be so clusterfucked. It's gonna be like Spider-Man 3, which the Raimi trilogy, which I actually did enjoy, but I don't like all the shit shoved, all the things shoved together. And real quick, Sal said the Taika Waititi's episode of The Mandalorian was good. Yes, it was. Yes, it really was. I agree with that.
And I also agree with Salvador as well. Like he loved Ragnarok. He didn't like the other two. I agree. The other two were fucking boring. Thor sucked.
See, I like the first two better. I wish that Patty Jenkins from Wonder Woman would have directed The Dark World. I think it would have been much better than what it was. But I like 1 and 2 better than I like. I still like some aspects of Ragnarok. I do. Overall, the movie though, kind of I don't like it because I see where it's going now, which is going to lead basically it's like the cuckening of Thor in Thor 4, which is give the mantle to Jane Foster, make it about Valkyrie and all this other shit, and then where's Thor?
I was just going to say, I think we'll all agree, hopefully. I don't know why they're making it about Jane Foster. I think Natalie Portman is one of the most boring actresses of all time. And I wish they would make it for Tessa Thompson because I have a huge crush on her. She's a much better actress. She's on Westworld, one of my favorite shows.
Mm-hmm.
If they made it about her instead of Jane Foster, that'd be so much better because she seems like she wants to be there. Natalie Portman is
Natalie Portman was all right in the prequel trilogy, but after I'm really not I'm not a big Natalie Portman fan. She was good in when she was a kid in that movie with the Hitman movie with
The Professional.
Yeah, The Professional thing. I couldn't hear you. Yeah. Yep, The Professional. That was good.
But she was also 11, 12.
Yeah.
So, but after I know you just said she's great in the prequels. She's fucking terrible in those.
I like them. I like those movies. The dialogue's bad in Attack of the Clones, especially. It's bad.
I don't blame her for that. I blame
No.
George Lucas, but
Her delivery is kind of meh. I like the prequels.
It's only because I'm so in love with you.
sand it.
It's coarse and it
I'm
gets
sure
everywhere.
it's true.
Everywhere.
Oh God.
I hate those movies.
Taking me down a path I can't understand.
I just went back and rewatched all the Star Wars movies to catch up with the new one.
Yeah.
I skipped the prequels because I'm like, those are cartoons. I don't want to watch the cartoons.
Oh God. And do you watch? Well, you redid The Last Jedi. That was much better than the theatrical release. Your cut of The Last Jedi. If you haven't seen the West cut of The Last Jedi,
I don't see why you couldn't show that. Honestly, I think you could reveal
I'm gonna
that.
try. I'll try tomorrow.
yeah.
Share it.
I
Yeah.
get shut down on Facebook immediately as I upload it because it'll recognize the music. No, not the video, but the music is gonna cut right away.
Oh, the music. Okay, yeah. They're pricks about the music.
Oh yeah.
You know what you should do is
easier.
redub it with the theme music from Curb Your Enthusiasm. Then nobody will fuck with
Yep. Bump.
Yeah.
All right, guys. This I'm sorry. Go ahead, man. I was getting ready to go to the outro.
Do it, man.
No, we've been going for about 2:20, and I wanted to end it about 20 minutes ago. But no, it was a good show, so I don't care. Except my mic was all fucked up. But that's on me, guys. Hey, thank you for joining us, Phoenix. I appreciate you coming on, man.
Oh, I guess that's my time to say. Go to lawstudios.com. If you're watching this or listening to this, go subscribe to me on YouTube because nobody does that.
Yeah,
Wonderland Studios on YouTube.
He's only got 96 subs. This guy needs to be way above 100. I couldn't believe that. Like I when the first time I went to your channel when we first did, I think it was over on Adam's show with you. I was like, how did you had like 82 subscribers? I'm like, I subscribed right away. I'm like, how the hell does this guy watch like a couple videos? I'm like, how do you not have more subscribers than this? So he should.
Don't pay attention to all the YouTube rules, so they don't pitch me at all. Like I'm never in the suggested thing because all my videos get like I will never be able to make money off of it. I literally just want you to go watch it so I can make more. That's it.
Yep.
Go ahead and check that out. Do a Twilight Zone review show. Adam's been on there a few times. Pete, I'd love to have you on if you're in the Twilight Zone.
I'm not the biggest Twilight Zone fan. Leo Red said I need to start the whole show over. God damn it, Leo Red. All right, cut. Take 2. Here we go. But yeah, Groove just shared. I'll put this up on the screen. This is the link to Phoenix's channel right here, Loitering in Wonderland.
Is it LAW podcast still?
Yeah, that's what's still listed on YouTube as.
That's when I started the podcast and I put the podcast on here, but stopped doing that, so it's just videos now. But
when I went to your channel, that's what popped up.
I believe you. I probably didn't fix it right.
It's
go check it out. I love to have more people on there. Keely
it's in the description to the videos too, Keely Chai. I did put it in the description to the video, right underneath. So you just click show more, and it's right down there. You can copy and paste that link, or just click on it, as are the links to all the guests. Groove, what do you got coming up this week too, man?
I don't know, man. We got your birthday. We're gonna celebrate your birthday on Friday, so we'll have some kind of a double feature on my channel. He's got the movies about 50% picked out. I've got some movies that I want to review that I was starting to work on today, and then I had an accident, like the pantry and the kitchen collapsed and all the food fell out of it. So that ate up the rest of my fucking day. And tomorrow is supposed to rain, so I hope to get some content up tomorrow or the next day. Content will be coming out this day, but today was just a complete lost cause.
Maybe you'll be on Twilight Zone review next time. Twilight Zone review tomorrow.
And that. So we just kind of just came up with that just now.
Let's see what the hell.
And it'll be coming out soon.
I got let's see. I got my I'm gonna do a quick video on Black Panther 2 and the possibility of 3 tomorrow already. They're putting the cart before the horse there. We've got the Venom 2 trailer dropping, which I am freaking finally excited for. What else? Oh yeah, I'll have an Elaine Bennis video tomorrow. Still putting asses in the seats. The story of Elaine Bennis. Oh, Sal says, hey, Phoenix, you're at 106 subscribers now. So congratulations. He's over that 100 mark. That's right. Hey,
I didn't realize.
Well, you were at 96 and now you're at 106. So you picked up 10 subscribers during the show. So that's fucking awesome, dude. That's
when you get to 100, you can claim your channel name and
I already am.
Yeah.
So right when I did that, like now I'm at the 106. I kept my phone's like so over and over. So I appreciate it, guys. I really do.
Hell yeah. Well, that's good. That's what we want to do, man. Get these guys that deserve to see their have their videos out there. And yeah, you're a talented cat. So absolutely, man. If you're not already subscribed, go subscribe. But hey, I think everybody in the chat's already subbed to him tonight, so that's freaking great. Thank you for joining us, man. Hope to have you back. And this has been episode 96 of the Place to Be Reviews. I am Etep Wokuian, and I have been here with all of yous. And I say at the end of every video and every show, if I don't see you, have a great day and a pleasant tomorrow. I will catch you on the flip side. We are out like feelers and high top fades.